When we imagine the universe, we often picture explosions, violent collisions, blazing stars, and endless motion. Yet this image is shaped more by human drama than by cosmic reality. In truth, the universe is not a place of chaos, but a vast domain of profound stillness, where calm dominates and movement unfolds so slowly that it resembles rest. On the largest scales, the universe is quiet beyond comprehension. Between stars, between galaxies, and even within the glowing clouds of gas where stars are born, silence reigns. Space does not roar, collide loudly, or rush forward. Instead, it exists in a steady, patient state, where change happens gently and without urgency. This stillness is not emptiness in the human sense, but a deep equilibrium, a balance so stable that it can last for billions of years without disturbance. Physics itself favors calm. Forces cancel each other out, motions settle into predictable paths, and energy spreads until nothing demands attention. Gravity, often imagined as violent, works silently, pulling objects together with no sound, no resistance, and no effort. Even the expansion of the universe, one of the most dramatic ideas in science, happens so slowly that it feels indistinguishable from rest. Galaxies drift apart at speeds that, across cosmic distances, resemble a quiet exhale rather than an explosion. This is the true nature of the cosmos, a place where stillness is the rule and disturbance is the rare exception. Human life, by contrast, exists on a scale of constant urgency. Our days are filled with noise, deadlines, and rapid change, which makes the universe appear chaotic by comparison. Yet when we step back and align our perspective with cosmic time, chaos dissolves into calm. A supernova, which seems violent, unfolds over millions of years. A galaxy collision takes longer than the entire history of humanity. Even the birth of a star is a slow, patient gathering of dust and gas, guided gently by gravity, never hurried. Nothing in the universe demands speed. Everything moves when it must, and rests when it can. This deep stillness is not accidental. It is a natural outcome of physical laws seeking balance. Energy flows from concentration to diffusion, from excitement to calm. Heat spreads out. Motion evens itself. Over time, extremes soften, and the universe settles into quiet patterns. This tendency toward calm is written into the fabric of reality. It is why planets follow stable orbits, why stars burn steadily instead of exploding instantly, and why galaxies maintain their shapes across unimaginable spans of time. The universe does not fight itself. It relaxes into what works. In this sense, the cosmos resembles a resting mind rather than a racing one. Thoughts appear, drift, and fade without conflict. Nothing needs to be forced. Everything simply happens. This perspective changes how we experience existence. If the universe itself is not frantic, then neither are we required to be. Our stress, our rushing, and our constant effort are not reflections of reality, but habits of thought. The universe demonstrates another way of being, slow, balanced, and untroubled by outcomes. It continues regardless of observation, approval, or meaning. There is comfort in this indifference, because it removes pressure. Nothing cosmic is at stake in our urgency. The stars do not hurry, and neither does time itself. Time stretches, curves, and flows gently, never pushing, never demanding. In the silence between galaxies, there is no anticipation, no anxiety, only presence. This stillness invites us to soften our own internal noise. When we imagine the universe at rest, we are not imagining something distant. We are remembering a rhythm that exists beneath our thoughts. Physics does not scream its truths. It whispers them across eternity. Laws are followed not through force, but through consistency. Particles move because that is what they do, not because they must arrive somewhere. There is no destination in the universe, only continuation. This removes the concept of urgency entirely. Without a final goal, motion becomes peaceful. Change becomes gentle. The universe simply is, and that is enough. To understand the cosmos as calm rather than chaotic is to align ourselves with its true scale. Chaos exists only where perspectives are small and time is short. When vision expands, turbulence smooths into flow. The universe teaches rest, not by stopping, but by moving so slowly and evenly that motion and stillness become the same thing. In this way, the cosmos is not a storm but a deep ocean, where the surface may ripple, yet the depths remain untouched. Beneath every event lies quiet. Beneath every star lies balance. Beneath every moment lies rest. And in recognizing this, the mind can begin to mirror the universe itself. Vast, patient, and at peace. Silence is not something that happens in space as a special condition. It is the natural and permanent state of the universe. Unlike Earth, where sound fills every moment and silence feels rare, space exists in a condition where sound cannot survive at all. Sound needs a medium, a substance to carry its vibrations. But the universe is almost entirely empty. Between stars and planets there are vast regions with so few particles that trillions of cubic kilometers contain less matter than a breath of air. In such emptiness, sound has nothing to travel through, nothing to disturb the stillness. This absence of sound is not dramatic or eerie. It is gentle, complete, and unbroken. Silence in space is not the silence of anticipation, but the silence of permanence. It does not wait to be interrupted. It simply is. Quiet is one of the most fundamental characteristics of the cosmos, and it shapes everything that happens within it. Without sound, events unfold without announcement. Stars are born quietly. Galaxies rotate without noise. Even the most energetic processes in the universe occur in absolute silence. Explosions that would deafen on Earth happen without a whisper in space. This reveals something profound about reality. Noise is not essential. Activity does not require disturbance. Change does not require sound. The universe functions perfectly without ever making a noise. This challenges a deeply human assumption that action must be loud and noticeable. In space, significance is silent. Silence allows the universe to remain calm, even while complex processes continue. Nuclear reactions power stars for billions of years, yet they do so without sound. Light travels enormous distances without creating noise. Gravity shapes the cosmos without vibration. Everything that matters happens quietly. This suggests that silence is not the absence of activity, but the environment in which true activity thrives. Silence allows stability. Without constant disturbance, systems can settle into long-lasting patterns. Orbits remain steady, structures endure, time stretches. Silence gives the universe patience. It removes urgency from existence. When nothing announces itself, nothing demands immediate attention. This is why cosmic time feels so different from human time. Without sound, moments do not rush. They expand. They soften. The universe does not count seconds with ticking clocks or measure progress with noise. It moves in silence, guided by laws that never shout. Silence also removes hierarchy. No event in space is louder than another. A star forming and a galaxy drifting share the same quiet. Nothing claims importance through volume. Everything exists equally within the same stillness. This equality creates harmony. There is no competition for attention. Nothing interrupts anything else. Silence allows coexistence without conflict. Even collisions between galaxies occur quietly. Taking millions of years to complete, their immense energies spread thin across space and time. From a cosmic perspective, silence is not emptiness, but balance. It is the background that allows complexity to exist without chaos. On Earth, silence often feels uncomfortable because it removes stimulation. In space, silence is comfort itself. It is the natural environment of reality. The human mind, accustomed to noise, often imagines space as frightening because of this silence. But fear comes from unfamiliarity, not danger. Silence in space is not hostile. It is neutral and welcoming. It does not judge, threaten, or demand. It simply holds everything gently. This silence has existed since the universe began, long before life, thought, or awareness. It will continue long after stars fade and galaxies drift apart. It does not age or change. It is one of the most enduring features of existence. When we consider silence as the universe's default condition, we begin to see rest not as something earned, but as something natural. Rest does not need justification. Silence does not need explanation. The universe does not seek stimulation, and it does not avoid quiet. It embraces it fully. This offers a lesson for the human mind, which often resists silence as if it were a void to be filled. In reality, silence is a space where balance returns. Without noise, thoughts slow. Without constant input, awareness widens. The universe demonstrates this on the grandest scale imaginable. It remains silent and stable while holding unimaginable complexity. This shows that silence does not erase meaning. It protects it. Meaning does not need volume. Truth does not require sound. Physics itself. F is silent. Equations do not hum. Constants do not vibrate. Laws exist without announcing themselves. They govern reality quietly and consistently. This quiet governance is more reliable than any noisy system could be. Noise implies instability. Silence implies control. The universe chooses silence because it is efficient. Energy is conserved. Motion is smooth. Change is gradual. Nothing is wasted on disturbance. This efficiency allows the cosmos to last. Stars burn slowly instead of violently. Galaxies endure instead of collapsing. Silence preserves existence. In this way, silence is not just an absence. It is a protective condition. It shields the universe from unnecessary disruption. It allows time to stretch and structures to remain intact. Even light, the primary messenger of the cosmos, travels silently. It carries information without sound, crossing billions of years of distance without disturbing anything along the way. Silence allows information to flow cleanly. It prevents interference. It keeps reality readable. The quiet of space ensures that what happens remains clear, not distorted by noise. When we imagine the universe at rest, we are imagining silence as its foundation. Without silence, rest would be impossible. Silence is the canvas on which all cosmic motion is painted. It is the background against which existence unfolds. This silence is not empty, cold, or lonely. It is full, warm with possibility, and steady beyond fear. It is the soundless rhythm of everything continuing as it should. And when we allow our own minds to settle into silence even briefly, we align ourselves with the deepest nature of the universe. We stop resisting reality and begin to move with it. Silence becomes not something to escape, but something to return to. Just as the universe never leaves silence, perhaps, we were never meant to either. Motion in space feels calm because it is not driven by urgency, friction, or resistance, but by balance and continuity. On Earth, motion is almost always accompanied by sound, heat, and disruption. Cars roar, wind whistles, machines vibrate, and even footsteps create noise. This happens because Earth is dense with matter. Air, surfaces, and obstacles constantly interfere with movement, converting motion into sound and heat. Space, by contrast, is nearly empty. When something moves through space, there is almost nothing to resist it. Without resistance, there is no friction, and without friction, motion does not generate noise. Objects glide rather than struggle. Planets travel along their orbits smoothly, without scraping against anything, without slowing down, without effort. This gives cosmic motion its calm quality. Nothing pushes against anything else. Unless a rare collision occurs, motion becomes gentle because it is uninterrupted. Physics describes this as inertia, the tendency of an object to continue moving once it has begun. In space, inertia dominates. Once something is set in motion, it keeps going, not because it is being forced, but because nothing is stopping it. This creates a feeling of rest within movement. Motion does not need constant energy input. It does not need correction. It simply continues. This is very different from motion in human life, which requires constant effort and adjustment. We must keep pushing to keep moving. The universe does not. Its motion is self-sustaining. This alone removes tension from cosmic movement. Another reason motion feels calm in space is scale. Distances are so vast that even high speeds appear slow. A planet may travel tens of thousands of kilometers per hour. Yet because its orbit spans millions of kilometers, its movement feels gradual and smooth. Time stretches motion out until it becomes almost meditative. A full orbit takes years, decades, even centuries. Nothing happens suddenly. Everything unfolds. The mind perceives this stretched motion as calm because there are no abrupt changes. Suddenness is what creates stress. The universe avoids suddenness by operating on enormous scales. Even events that seem dramatic, like stars moving around galactic centers, occur over such long times that they resemble stillness. Motion and rest become nearly indistinguishable. This slow pace is not accidental. It is a natural consequence of gravity acting over great distances. Gravity does not yank objects violently unless they are very close. Over large distances, its pull is gentle, guiding rather than forcing. Planets are not dragged through space. They are guided along curved paths, falling endlessly around stars rather than toward them. This continuous falling creates orbits that feel calm and stable. There is no collision. No impact, only smooth repetition. Repetition itself is calming. When motion repeats predictably, it stops demanding attention. The universe is full of repeating motions, orbits, rotations, cycles. These patterns create a sense of order and safety. Nothing surprising happens. Everything follows the same paths it followed before. This predictability is deeply restful. Another element that softens motion in space is the absence of reference points. On Earth, motion is obvious because we can see objects pass by us, collide with surfaces, or interact with landmarks. In space, there are few reference points. When everything moves together, motion becomes relative and subtle. A galaxy moving through space does not feel like motion because there is nothing fixed to compare it to. This relative motion feels calm because it lacks contrast. Without contrast, change fades into background presence. Motion exists, but it does not announce itself. This quiet motion creates a sense of flow rather than action. Flow is smooth, continuous, and unforced. The universe is always in flow. Even light moves at incredible speed, yet it does so silently and steadily. Never accelerating, never slowing, never announcing its presence. Light's motion is so consistent that it defines the structure of reality itself. This consistency removes drama. There is no effort in light's journey, only continuation. Motion also feels calm in space because it is rarely purposeful in a human sense. Nothing is trying to arrive somewhere quickly. There are no deadlines. Motion happens because it is allowed, not because it is required. Without goals, motion loses tension. It becomes exploration rather than pursuit. Particles move because that is their nature. Planets orbit because balance demands it. Galaxies drift because expansion allows it. None of this motion aims at completion. Without an endpoint, motion does not rush. It becomes timeless. This timeless quality makes motion feel restful. When there is no finish line, there is no pressure. The universe moves without expectation. It does not anticipate outcomes. It does not measure success. Motion simply continues, moment by moment, without evaluation. This removes stress from existence. Human minds often associate motion with productivity, progress, or survival. In the universe, motion has none of these meanings. It is neutral. It carries no judgment. This neutrality makes motion peaceful. There is also an energy aspect to cosmic calm. In space, energy is conserved carefully. Motion rarely loses energy to heat or sound, because there is nothing to absorb it. This conservation keeps systems stable. Stability feels calm because it resists change. Once an orbit is established, it can last for billions of years. Once a rotation begins, it continues steadily. There is no decay, no wearing down, no fatigue. Motion does not exhaust itself. This endurance owes urgency. There is no fear of stopping. Everything continues as it should. Motion becomes background rather than foreground. It is always there, but it does not demand attention. This is why images of planets and stars feel soothing. They show motion without tension. The mind recognizes the absence of struggle. The universe demonstrates movement without effort, progress without stress, and change without disruption. This challenges the human belief that motion must be tiring or chaotic. The cosmos proves that movement can be restful. It can coexist with stillness. In fact, in space, motion is a form of stillness. Because it is constant and unchanging, it becomes stable. Stability is another word for rest. When nothing is trying to be different, everything feels calm. The universe does not chase novelty. It allows patterns to persist. This persistence is deeply soothing. It tells us that change does not have to be loud to be real. Motion does not have to be dramatic to be meaningful. By observing how motion unfolds in space, we are invited to reconsider our own relationship with movement. Perhaps not all motion needs effort. Perhaps not all change needs urgency. The universe moves endlessly, yet it is never tired, it never hurries. It never feels behind. Its motion is gentle because it is free from friction, free from expectation, free from resistance. In this freedom, motion becomes calm, and in recognizing this, the mind can begin to imagine a different way of moving through life. Slowly, smoothly, and without noise. Gravity is often imagined as a force of drama and collapse, pulling objects violently toward one another. Yet in the universe it operates with extraordinary quietness and restraint. Gravity does not announce itself, does not make sound, and does not demand attention. It works patiently across distances so vast that the human mind can barely contain them. Between stars, planets, and galaxies, gravity stretches gently, guiding motion without urgency or strain. It is not a force that rushes, it is a force that waits. Unlike impacts or explosions, gravity never arrives suddenly. It is always present, always steady, always calm. Its influence travels at the speed of light, but its effect unfolds slowly, shaping the universe over millions and billions of years. This slow shaping is what gives gravity its peaceful character. Nothing is yanked abruptly unless objects come extremely close. Most of the time, gravity's touch is light, almost imperceptible, guiding objects along curved paths that feel natural rather than forced. Planets do not struggle against gravity. They cooperate with it. They fall continuously around stars, tracing smooth orbits that repeat endlessly without conflict. This cooperation creates stability. Stability creates calm. Gravity prefers balance over collision. When systems settle into gravitational harmony, they can remain undisturbed for unimaginably long periods. Our own solar system has followed the same quiet gravitational patterns for billions of years, with planets moving as if in a slow, silent dance. No noise accompanies this motion. No effort is visible. Gravity simply holds everything gently in place. Even when gravity gathers matter to form stars, It does so gradually. Clouds of gas drift together slowly, cooling and compressing over millions of years. There is no rush, no urgency to ignite. Only when balance demands it does a star begin to shine. This slow preparation prevents chaos. It allows structure to emerge without disturbance. Gravity is a patient architect. It builds without noise, without haste, and without waste. Its constructions are simple, stable, and enduring. Galaxies themselves are products of gravity's quiet work. Vast collections of stars are bound together not by forceful constraint, but by gentle attraction. Each star follows its path, held loosely but reliably by the combined gravity of billions of others. This collective pull creates a calm coherence. Nothing is tightly bound. Nothing is rigid. Everything has room to move, to breathe, to exist without pressure. This looseness is essential to cosmic calm. Tight systems generate tension. Loose systems allow rest. Gravity understands this. It binds just enough to hold things together, but never so tightly that motion becomes strained. This balance is one of the universe's most peaceful achievements. Gravity also works across emptiness, which enhances its quiet nature. There is no medium through which it must push or pull. It does not disturb space as it acts. It curves space-time gently, allowing objects to follow natural paths within that curvature. This geometric nature of gravity removes any sense of effort. Objects are not being dragged. They are simply following the shape of reality. Following a curve is easier than resisting a pull. This makes gravity feel passive rather than active. It shapes motion without exertion. This is why gravity can act across millions of light years without losing strength or creating noise. It does not tire. It does not weaken. It simply is. Even the most dramatic gravitational events, such as the merging of black holes, are silent in space. They release enormous energy, yet they do so without sound. The ripples they create in space-time spread gently outward, passing through the universe like faint echoes that do not disturb the calm. These ripples are subtle, detectable only with the most sensitive instruments, and even then they arrive as delicate signals rather than violent shocks. This illustrates gravity's preference for subtlety. It never disrupts more than necessary. It reshapes reality with minimal disturbance. On human timescales, gravity feels constant and unchanging. This constancy is soothing. It provides reliability. We know that planets will rise and set, that seasons will return, that stars will remain in place. This reliability comes from gravity's quiet persistence. It does not fluctuate wildly. It does not surprise. It repeats its patterns with unwavering consistency. This repetition is one of the deepest sources of cosmic peace. When laws do not change, the mind can rest. When forces are predictable, anxiety fades. Gravity offers this predictability on the grandest scale imaginable. Even the expansion of the universe is shaped by gravity's restraint. While space itself expands, gravity works locally to keep systems intact. Galaxies do not fly apart internally. Solar systems remain bound. Planets stay in their paths. Gravity allows expansion without destruction. This balance between separation and cohesion is remarkably gentle. It shows that even change can occur peacefully. The universe grows without tearing itself apart. Gravity ensures that growth remains calm. It allows space to stretch while maintaining structure. This delicate balance prevents chaos and preserves order. Gravity also does not discriminate. It treats all matter equally. Every particle, every object, no matter how small or large, participates in gravity's quiet influence. This equality removes hierarchy. Nothing is favored. Nothing is excluded. Everything belongs within the same gentle framework. This inclusiveness contributes to cosmic harmony. When nothing competes for gravitational attention, there is no conflict. All objects follow the same rules. All paths are allowed. Gravity does not judge direction, speed, or purpose. It simply responds to mass and distance, calmly and consistently. This simplicity is profoundly relaxing. Complex systems often create stress because they are unpredictable. Gravity's simplicity removes that stress. Its behavior can be described with a few elegant principles that hold true everywhere. These principles do not change with time or place. They do not require constant adjustment. They simply apply. This universality creates trust. The universe trusts gravity to do its work quietly, and gravity fulfills that trust endlessly. In human life, forces often feel intrusive or demanding. Gravity in the universe is neither. It does not interrupt. It does not interfere unnecessarily. It allows freedom within structure. Planets can move, stars can drift, galaxies can rotate, all within gravity's gentle guidance. Nothing is trapped, nothing is forced, everything is supported. This support is invisible, silent, and constant. It is the kind of support that allows rest rather than tension. When we imagine gravity at work across vast distances, we are imagining a force that connects without constraining, that guides without disturbing. This is why gravity feels calm rather than threatening. It is not a force of violence but of patience. It takes as long as it needs. It never rushes outcomes. It allows the universe to unfold at its own pace. In this quiet unfolding, gravity becomes not just a physical force, but a symbol of stability. It reminds us that connection does not have to be loud, that influence does not require effort, and that support can be invisible, yet complete. The universe rests within gravity's embrace, held gently across unimaginable distances, moving endlessly without strain, balanced in a silence that never breaks. Stars shine without sound or urgency because their existence is not driven by haste, intention, or awareness, but by balance achieved slowly and maintained patiently. A star does not wake up and decide to burn. It simply reaches a state where gravity and energy settle into harmony. Long before a star begins to shine, it exists as a quiet cloud of gas and dust drifting through space, unremarkable and unnoticed, slowly responding to gravity's gentle pull. Over immense spans of time, particles move closer together, not because they are commanded to, but because balance favors closeness. This process is so gradual that millions of years can pass without any visible change. Nothing is rushed, nothing is forced. Only when the pressure and temperature at the center become sufficient does fusion begin, and even then it begins calmly, without announcement, without sound. In the vacuum of space, this ignition is perfectly silent. The most powerful engines in the universe start without noise. Once a star begins to shine, it does not blaze wildly. It settles into a steady rhythm, converting mass into energy at a carefully regulated pace. This regulation is not controlled by intelligence or intent, but by physics maintaining equilibrium. If a star burns too quickly, it destabilizes and adjusts. If it burns too slowly, gravity gently compresses it until balance returns. This self-regulation removes urgency. A star does not need to hurry, because it has time measured in billions of years. It shines not to achieve something, but because shining is its stable state. Light flows outward smoothly, carrying energy away without disturbing the star itself. This outward flow is constant, unbroken, and calm. There are no sudden bursts in an ordinary star's life, only a steady release of light that changes so slowly it feels timeless. Even from nearby, a star appears unchanged across generations. From a distance, it feels eternal. This stability is deeply restful. Stars do not flicker with anxiety. They do not strain to be brighter. They do not compete with one another. Each star shines according to its mass and composition, perfectly content within its limits. This acceptance of limits is one of the universe's quiet lessons. A star does not try to be more than it is. It shines as it can, no more, no less. There is no urgency to evolve, no fear of ending. A star's entire life unfolds according to simple rules, and those rules allow for long periods of calm continuity. Even the eventual death of the star is not hurried. For most stars, fading happens slowly. As fuel diminishes and balance shifts gently, there is time for change to be absorbed, time for the surrounding space to adjust. Dramatic stellar deaths exist, but they are rare and brief compared to the long, calm lives that precede them. For the vast majority of a star's existence, nothing dramatic happens. It simply shines. This shining does not create sound, does not create turbulence, does not disturb neighboring stars. Light passes through space without friction, without resistance, without noise. It does not push against anything. It does not demand attention. It simply travels. This makes starlight one of the most peaceful carriers of energy imaginable. It connects distant regions of the universe silently, allowing information to flow without disruption. The universe communicates with itself through light, quietly and continuously. The absence of sound in stellar processes is not accidental. Sound requires matter, and stars exist in environments where matter is sparse. Even within a star, pressure waves do not escape into space. Everything remains contained. The star shines outward, but it does not shout. This containment creates serenity. Energy is released in a controlled manner, preventing chaos. Stars are models of sustainable activity. They demonstrate how immense power can be expressed gently. This is perhaps why humans find stars comforting to look at. Their light feels steady, reliable, and non-threatening. We instinctively trust their consistency. The night sky does not change suddenly. Stars appear in the same places, night after night, year after year. This repetition builds a sense of safety. For thousands of years, humans have looked up at the same stars, finding reassurance in their persistence. Stars do not hurry through their lives, and so they teach patience without words. They show that lasting presence does not require urgency. A star's purpose, if it can be called that, is simply to exist in balance. It does not seek to illuminate planets or inspire minds. It shines because shining is what balance looks like for a star. This lack of intention removes pressure from existence. Nothing is required to justify being. Stars exist without explanation. They do not ask to be useful. They do not need to matter. They simply are. This is profoundly calming when reflected upon. The universe is full of objects that exist without purpose, and yet they are beautiful. Beauty arises naturally from balance, not from effort. Stars exemplify this. Their light is a byproduct of stability, not a performance. There is no audience in space, no expectation of appreciation. Light travels outward regardless of whether it is seen. This indifference is peaceful. It removes the idea of urgency entirely. Without an audience, there is no rush. Without evaluation, there is no anxiety. Stars do not worry about burning out. They follow the slow consumption of fuel calmly, responding only when physics requires adjustment. Even when a star changes, it does so gradually, swelling or dimming over millions of years. These changes are gentle transitions, not abrupt shifts. The universe allows time for every adjustment. Nothing is sudden unless it must be. This patience is built into physical law. Fusion rates, pressure balances, and energy transport all operate in ways that favor smoothness. Turbulence is minimized. Stability is rewarded. This is why stars can last so long. Fifth, are not stressed systems. They are relaxed configurations of matter and energy. Their shine is not an exertion, but a condition. From this perspective, starlight becomes a symbol of effortless presence. It reminds us that activity does not have to feel like work. Light flows without strain. Energy moves without conflict. Existence continues without urgency. When we imagine stars shining across the universe, we are imagining countless centers of calm, each glowing steadily in silence, unconcerned with time. untouched by noise. The universe is filled with these quiet beacons, not calling out, not signaling importance, simply shining because that is what balance allows. In their calm persistence, stars turn darkness into something gentle. They do not eliminate night. They soften it. They do not conquer space. They decorate it. This gentle decoration is enough. Nothing more is required. And in the presence of such quiet endurance, the human mind can begin to release its own urgency, recognizing that even the most powerful things in existence take their time. Speak softly, and endure by remaining at rest within motion. Galaxies, those immense congregations of stars, gas, dust, and dark matter, drift through the cosmos with a pace that defies human perception, moving in slow, majestic arcs that span billions of years. A timescale so vast that our minds can scarcely grasp it, and yet within this seemingly eternal drift lies the story of cosmic evolution, the quiet choreography of gravitation pulling clusters together and occasionally tearing them apart, revealing that even the apparent emptiness between stars is filled with motion, with invisible currents of dark matter guiding the orbits of galaxies. And though we often picture the universe as violent and dynamic because of supernovae and black holes, the larger, grand-scale movements are measured in eons, with the Andromeda galaxy slowly approaching our Milky Way at a pace of a few kilometers per second. A gentle cosmic dance that will culminate only billions of years from now in a merger so slow that from our present vantage it appears almost motionless, emphasizing that in the vastness of space there is no urgency, no rush, and no need for hurry. And the mind, accustomed to human timescales where seconds matter, struggles to comprehend that the motion of entire galaxies is governed by the quiet, patient hand of gravity, that the swirling spirals we observe in telescopic images represent billions of years of accumulated rotation and movement, and that even in collisions which can dramatically reshape galaxies, the process occurs over millions of years, each star moving through space in its own path, rarely encountering another star. And so galaxies drift past one another, passing in slow, almost contemplative interactions that reshape dark matter halos, bend gravitational fields, and stir interstellar gas without the kind of chaos one might expect from their apparent scale, reminding us that the universe has a rhythm and tempo entirely independent of human urgency, that the cosmic ballet unfolds at a pace where patience is not a virtue, but a fundamental property of existence, where time itself seems to stretch and warp under the influence of mass and space, rendering the movement of galaxies a quiet, enduring meditation on scale, motion, and the natural order, illustrating that the slow drift of galaxies is both the engine of cosmic evolution and a profound lesson in the patience of nature, in how enormous structures can move gracefully, shaping the universe over epochs, demonstrating the inherent calm embedded in the fabric of space-time, and providing a perspective that our own lives, with their fleeting minutes and hours, are but micro-instants in a galaxy's journey across the universe, emphasizing that the cosmos operates on a timescale so grand that our concept of speed, rush, or urgency is almost meaningless, that the drift of galaxies is a slow, continuous testament to the enduring, patient laws of physics, and that watching or contemplating this drift invites a sense of awe, humility, and the quiet realization that in the vast theater of existence, the grandest motions occur with a serenity and steadiness that surpasses all human comprehension. A reminder that, ultimately, in the cosmic scheme, everything moves at its own pace, governed by forces unseen but perfectly ordered, and that the silent, steady passage of galaxies across billions of years is a meditation on time, patience, and the majestic calm of a universe that needs no rush, no urgency, only the gentle, inexorable drift that shapes everything we see in the heavens. Time, as experienced on a human scale, seems relentless and immediate, measured in seconds, minutes, and hours. with deadlines, schedules, and fleeting moments dictating the rhythm of our lives. But when we shift our perspective to the cosmic scale, time transforms into something vastly different. A gentle, almost imperceptible flow that moves across billions of years with a patience and continuity that our minds can scarcely comprehend, stretching the very concept of duration into forms that are both awe-inspiring and humbling, where the birth of a star, the rotation of a galaxy, or the expansion of the universe itself occurs over intervals that make human lifespans appear as tiny flickers in comparison. And in this immense temporal framework, the pace of change is subtle, gradual, and elegant, revealing a universe that is not hurried, but deliberate in its unfolding, where events cascade in sequences so vast that cause and effect operate on scales that feel like eternity. And yet there is no stagnation, no sense of delay, only a steady progression in which every particle, every photon, every gravitational wave participates in the grand continuity of existence. And here, in this cosmic temporality, the notion of urgency dissolves, replaced by the serene inevitability of processes governed by fundamental laws that themselves do not age or fatigue. For physics does not hurry, it simply persists, providing the quiet scaffolding for time to move forward, in which the rotation of neutron stars, the orbit of planets, and the collision of galaxies are all expressions of a time that is vast, forgiving, and patient, flowing gently as if it were a river stretching across eons, its currents unnoticeable in the short term but profound in the long term, shaping everything that exists without the need for intervention or observation. And this perception invites contemplation of a temporal scale in which entire cosmic events, such as the life cycle of stars from formation and nebulae to eventual collapse into black holes or supernovae, occur almost imperceptibly to our consciousness, each stage governed by processes that take millions or billions of years to complete. Yet each phase is crucial for the ongoing evolution of the cosmos, illustrating that, in the universe, time is not a matter of rush or pressure, but a gentle facilitator of transformation, expansion, and balance, where the slow accumulation of energy, the steady diffusion of light, and the patient gravitational dance of matter all coexist in harmony, creating a rhythm that is at once imperceptible to humans, yet fundamental to the ongoing structure of reality. And by observing or even imagining this scale, we can sense a type of calm that is entirely absent in the frenetic pace of daily life, a profound reminder that the universe does not measure its progress by human standards, that galaxies form, collide, and settle over spans of time that dwarf our comprehension, and that the gentle unfolding of cosmic events provides the stage upon which the drama of existence plays out, without hurry, without expectation, and without concern, with time itself acting as both container and medium, ensuring that every process, every particle interaction, and every cosmic evolution is given the duration it requires, unbound by urgency, and perfectly aligned with the steady cadence of the universe. And within this context, light from distant stars and galaxies becomes a messenger of the past, traveling across the void for millions or even billions of years before reaching our instruments or eyes, carrying with it the silent narrative of time and motion, a narrative that reminds us that while we experience seconds and minutes, the universe experiences epochs and eons, flowing without stress or interruption, with time as a gentle, unhurried companion to all cosmic processes, ensuring that planets form, atmospheres evolve, stars ignite and fade, and galaxies rotate and drift, all at a pace that allows complexity, order, and stability to emerge naturally, without coercion, without chaos, and without haste. And even in the seeming emptiness of intergalactic space, time moves steadily, carrying with it the subtle accumulation of gravitational influences, radiation pressure, and dark energy effects, each contributing imperceptibly to the expansion, evolution, and eventual fate of the universe, such that the cosmos is both active and calm, dynamic and patient. A paradox that can only be appreciated when we relinquish human notions of urgency and embrace the slow, inexorable flow of time on a cosmic scale, where the life of a galaxy is a story told over billions of years, where the fusion within stars is a slow engine of change, and where the movement of cosmic structures reminds us that the gentle passage of time is not a limitation but a defining feature of existence, providing stability, coherence, and continuity to all that arises and decays in the universe. And from this perspective, the human mind can experience a kind of temporal humility, recognizing that our hurried days and fleeting years are but tiny fractions of a continuum that stretches unbroken across space and time, a continuum in which patience is not learned but inherent, in which the universe operates in a cadence so slow and vast that it cultivates a sense of wonder, introspection, and reverence, revealing that the gentle movement of time on a cosmic scale is a source of comfort, a reminder of enduring continuity, and a lesson in the natural rhythm of existence, showing us that everything in the cosmos, from the smallest particle to the largest supercluster, participates in this timeless unfolding, and that this unfolding requires neither supervision nor urgency, only the persistent, gentle progression of time itself, moving ever forward, unhurried, unbroken, and beautifully serene. Darkness in the cosmos is not merely the absence of light, but a profound and omnipresent canvas upon which the universe paints its stories, a vast silent expanse that stretches between stars, planets, and galaxies, providing a sense of scale, perspective, and peace that is almost impossible to convey through human experience alone. For unlike the darkness we encounter at night on Earth, which is punctuated by artificial light, sounds, and activity, cosmic darkness is uninterrupted, complete, and infinite, offering a backdrop so vast that every luminous object, every star, nebula, or quasar, appears as a delicate accent against it, emphasizing the solitude and serenity of space. And yet this darkness is not empty in a meaningless sense. It is full of potential, containing the quiet energy of the vacuum, the gravitational pull of unseen mass, the subtle hum of radiation, and the invisible structures of dark matter that shape galaxies and clusters, creating a framework in which all cosmic phenomena occur, so that darkness becomes not a void but a stage, a silent, patient witness to the unfolding of existence. And it is this constancy, this ever-present backdrop, that allows the universe to evolve without hurry, without disruption, and without the frenetic urgency so common in human experience. For in space, the darkness envelops everything, providing equilibrium, balance, and a sense of calm that pervades the cosmic environment, where light from distant stars traverses billions of light years. Yet the surrounding darkness absorbs nothing, resists nothing, and waits, carrying the observer's gaze effortlessly across unimaginable distances, offering a form of quietude that humans rarely experience outside of these contemplations. And this peaceful darkness is also deeply intertwined with perception itself. For the absence of light allows for contrast, clarity, and focus, permitting astronomers and philosophers alike to consider the universe's structure, motion, and scale, revealing not chaos but harmony, not emptiness, but a subtle, patient fullness, a quiet stability upon which everything else rests. And this perspective transforms darkness from something that might instinctively provoke fear into something that fosters reflection, introspection, and comfort, a reminder that even in vast emptiness there is cohesion, order, and presence, that the cosmos does not demand attention, judgment, or intervention, but simply exists, moving and evolving in the silence of its own principles. And it is in this stillness that we recognize that darkness is not passive. It is active in its constancy, shaping perceptions, anchoring motions, and giving context to light and energy, so that every star's brilliance, Every galaxy's glow is meaningful precisely because of the darkness that surrounds it, providing perspective, scale, and rhythm. And through this lens, one can appreciate how cosmic darkness operates as a form of universal meditation, a space in which the laws of physics, the movement of matter, and the unfolding of time are given room to operate without distraction, allowing complex structures to emerge naturally, without urgency or conflict, from the simple, quiet interplay of forces. And even the most energetic phenomena, supernovae, gamma-ray bursts, or colliding galaxies, occur within this persistent backdrop, their brilliance accentuated by the calm surrounding void, emphasizing that the universe's chaos is always framed by serenity, that energy and violence are momentary expressions in a vast continuum of quiet, and that darkness is both the canvas and the context, the ever-present medium through which existence is understood, experienced, and maintained. And as such, the peacefulness of cosmic darkness provides a lens through which we can contemplate not only the cosmos itself, but also our place within it, offering insight into the natural rhythm of the universe, where rest, stillness, and patience are not occasional but fundamental. And this perception extends beyond mere observation, influencing thought, reflection, and even emotion, as the mind, accustomed to constant stimuli, finds in the infinite darkness a form of relief, a mirror of calm, a silent affirmation that existence does not require constant action, distraction, or noise, that processes can unfold with deliberation, unobserved, and yet fully valid. And it is within this darkness that one can imagine entire cosmic events playing out, stars forming, dying, and collapsing, galaxies merging, light traveling unhurriedly across vast distances, without the universe itself ever needing to rush, to hurry, or to stir. For the calm backdrop ensures that everything has its place, timing, and context, that forces operate, interactions occur, and transformations unfold within a patient framework that is as old as time, reinforcing that darkness is not emptiness but presence, not absence but foundation, a peaceful medium that binds the cosmos together while remaining infinitely resilient, silent, and impartial. And as we reflect on this cosmic darkness, it becomes evident that our human experience of space and silence is only a tiny reflection of this vast, enduring peace, a peace that has existed long before humanity appeared and will continue long after we are gone, where the universe's true calm is measured not in minutes or hours, but in eons. And in this darkness, we are reminded that the cosmos does not hurry, that rest is the natural condition, that existence requires no observer to validate it, and that the serene expanse of darkness is a gift, a reminder of stability, quiet, and the patient unfolding of all things, a backdrop that allows light, energy, and matter to express themselves fully, beautifully, and meaningfully within a universe that, in all its immensity, moves gently, calmly, and harmoniously, cradled in the comforting presence of its own endless, silent darkness. In the vastness of the cosmos, a profound and delicate balance exists between energy and emptiness, a relationship so subtle, so immense in scale, and so essential that it governs the very structure, evolution, and continuity of the universe, a balance that is invisible to the naked eye, yet manifests in every phenomenon, from the glow of distant stars to the silent void between galaxies. For emptiness, or the cosmic vacuum, is far from being simply nothing, but rather a dynamic and responsive stage where energy can manifest, move, and transform, a stage that allows matter to exist and interact within a framework that is stable, predictable, and enduring, and energy in all its forms, kinetic, thermal, electromagnetic, nuclear, flows through this emptiness, giving rise to light, motion, and change, yet never overwhelming the void, never disrupting the serene framework upon which the universe rests, demonstrating that the cosmos is not chaotic, but harmoniously poised. where every particle and every photon is governed by laws that preserve equilibrium while allowing complexity to emerge. And this balance is visible in the way stars ignite within nebulae, fusing matter into energy in a process that is simultaneously violent and exquisitely controlled. Their radiation streaming into the emptiness around them, illuminating the void without consuming it, creating a rhythm between presence and absence, activity and stillness, light and darkness, that is both gentle and profound, revealing a universe where creation, movement, and energy can flourish precisely because emptiness provides the quiet framework necessary for their existence. And it is within this interplay that galaxies form, rotate, and evolve, their energy shaped and constrained by gravitational fields, dark matter. And the vacuum itself, with empty space acting as both container and moderator, allowing motion without collision, force without disruption, and interaction without chaos, highlighting that the apparent emptiness of the universe is not an obstacle but an essential partner to energy, giving it room to operate, manifest, and be perceived. And this balance extends to the grandest scales, where the expansion of the universe itself reflects a harmony between the energy driving expansion, such as dark energy, and the spaces between galaxies, which grow silently, steadily, and without conflict, emphasizing that emptiness is not inert, but responsive, structured, and necessary, while energy is not uncontrolled, but measured, rhythmic, and inherently constrained by the laws of physics, so that every cosmic phenomenon, from the motion of individual atoms to the drift of entire galactic clusters, participates in this equilibrium, ensuring that creation, change, and evolution occur in a context of calm, patience, and coherence, and even in regions of apparent turbulence, such as supernovae, black hole accretion disks, or colliding galaxies, the underlying balance between energy and emptiness remains, guiding these processes, preventing chaos, and allowing transformation without destabilization, creating a cosmic environment that is both dynamic and inherently serene. A paradox resolved by the realization that emptiness is never passive, but an active medium, one that enables energy to manifest, flow, and create without imposing restriction beyond natural law, and that energy in turn never overwhelms emptiness, never destroys the stage upon which it operates, preserving a quiet order that spans billions of light years and billions of years of time, and it is through this balance that complexity emerges. From the formation of planetary systems to the evolution of stars, galaxies, and clusters, each acting in accordance with fundamental physical laws, with the void providing the space, context, and continuity necessary for these processes to unfold. And in contemplating this balance, one begins to perceive the universe not as chaotic, hurried, or violent, but as measured, patient, and inherently harmonious, where energy is active but moderated, and emptiness is vast but structured. And the interaction between the two produces a universe capable of sustaining structures over unimaginable scales, providing the scaffolding for light, motion, gravity, and life itself, allowing everything to exist in a calm, enduring rhythm that requires no intervention, no rush, and no oversight, a cosmic symphony in which each element, each particle, each photon, participates without haste, respecting the quiet tension and equilibrium that define the universe. And as human observers, when we reflect on this balance, we gain a sense of reassurance, a feeling that the universe is inherently stable, that processes do not require our interference to proceed, and that even amidst energy's apparent chaos, there is order, coherence, and calm, guided by the subtle interplay with emptiness, ensuring that evolution, formation, and change are not destructive but constructive, not hurried but measured, not chaotic but balanced. And this lesson extends beyond physics to a philosophical reflection on the nature of existence itself, showing that rest, patience, and harmony are not mere human ideals but fundamental properties of the cosmos, and that the calm balance between energy and emptiness is what allows the universe to persist, expand, and evolve over billions of years without stress, without urgency, and without need for supervision, demonstrating that the natural state of existence is neither frantic nor oppressive, but quiet, measured, and enduring, and that by observing, contemplating, or even imagining this interplay, we can perceive a profound serenity, a cosmic patience that is infinitely larger than human experience, yet directly accessible through thought, reflection, and wonder, and that it is in this delicate, enduring, and continuous equilibrium between energy and emptiness that the universe finds its strength, continuity, and ultimate elegance. A balance so complete, so patient, and so profound that it inspires both awe and a deep intuitive understanding that the cosmos moves forward in a calm, unhurried rhythm, that rest is normal, that growth is slow and deliberate, and that the universe, in its immensity, is a testament to the quiet, patient beauty of existence, sustained by the gentle, unbreakable harmony between energy and emptiness, a harmony that is at once the foundation of reality, the facilitator of motion and creation, and the ultimate source of cosmic peace. In the vastness of space, the concept of hurry or urgency becomes almost meaningless, for the universe operates on a scale of time and distance so immense that the human perception of speed is insignificant, and what seems rapid to us. A comet streaking across the sky, a meteor blazing through the atmosphere, or the orbit of a planet around its star, is in fact measured against cosmic processes that unfold over millions or billions of years, revealing a pace so gentle that nothing in space ever truly rushes, and even the most energetic events, such as supernovae, gamma-ray bursts, or the collision of neutron stars, while dramatic in their immediate surroundings, occur according to physical laws that regulate the flow of energy, matter, and momentum, in such a way that the universe itself remains in a quiet, steady equilibrium, and this absence of rush is inherent in the nature of time and motion across the cosmos, where gravitational forces, electromagnetic interactions, and nuclear reactions operate without hurry, unpressured by deadlines or impatience, and where motion is a continuous, measured process that allows structures, from planetary systems to galaxies, to form, evolve, and persist without chaos, ensuring that energy disperses and matter interacts in a way that sustains the balance of the universe. And even as galaxies drift slowly toward one another over billions of years, or as black holes slowly accrete matter from their surroundings, the processes involved are not hurried but deliberate, unfolding at a pace dictated by natural law. And this cosmic tempo contrasts sharply with human experience, where speed and efficiency are often prioritized, reminding us that our sense of rush is a product of our limited temporal and spatial perspective, a small fragment of the universe's infinitely patient cadence. And in contemplating this difference, we can see why the cosmos never needs to hurry, why time stretches gently across eons, and why space itself is a medium of calm, allowing interactions and transformations to occur with precision and continuity, rather than frantic motion. And this slow, measured pace ensures stability, coherence, and harmony across vast distances, allowing stars to ignite, burn, and fade, planets to form, evolve, and maintain their orbits, and galaxies to spin, drift, and interact without destabilizing the larger cosmic fabric. And even the flow of light, though incredibly fast by human standards, follows straight paths across the void over millions or billions of years, unaffected by any concept of urgency, patiently traversing the emptiness until it reaches a destination, a telescope, or an observer, carrying with it information from the distant past. And all of this underscores the essential truth that nothing in space ever truly rushes, that all motion is measured, deliberate, and embedded in a framework of fundamental laws that operate independently of observation, expectation, or human concern. And this realization has profound implications for how we understand the universe, for it reveals that cosmic processes are inherently patient, that change does not require haste, and that rest, stillness, and continuity are built into the very structure of reality, allowing evolution, transformation, and interaction to occur naturally without conflict or urgency. And even when matter collides, energy bursts, or gravitational forces bend space-time, the overall tempo of the universe remains calm, steady, and unhurried, because the scale of time and distance ensures that no event, no motion, and no process overwhelms the larger framework. And it is within this context that we can appreciate the quiet majesty of cosmic motion, where the drift of galaxies, the spin of stars, and the flow of interstellar gas all proceed in a rhythm that is subtle, deliberate, and profoundly serene, a rhythm that allows complexity to emerge, stability to persist, and life, however rare, to find a foothold within a universe that has no need to rush, no requirement to act beyond the laws already in place, and no expectation of rapid change. And this perception invites a kind of existential comfort, a recognition that the universe is not anxious, hurried, or unstable, but rather patiently unfolds, guided by forces that are consistent, reliable, and fundamentally gentle, creating conditions where energy and matter can coexist, structures can endure, and evolution can proceed over incomprehensible timescales without urgency. And by observing or imagining this cosmic patience, the mind is drawn toward a profound understanding that hurry is a human construct, irrelevant on the scales that govern stars, planets, and galaxies, and that everything in the cosmos, light, matter, energy, and gravity, moves in accordance with the natural tempo of existence, a tempo that is measured, precise, and infinitely calm. And it is within this calm, unhurried framework that the universe achieves balance, where nothing is forced, nothing is rushed, and nothing exists out of place, and even the apparent chaos of cosmic events, from quasar outbursts to supernovae, is tempered by the scale and predictability of physical law, ensuring that the overarching motion of matter and energy is harmonious, patient, and deliberate, illustrating that rest, calm, and continuity are not anomalies but fundamental to the way the universe operates, that speed is relative, and that the perception of hurry is an artifact of human temporal perspective. And therefore, when we look into the sky, when we observe the motion of celestial bodies, or when we contemplate the history of the cosmos, we can recognize that the universe itself does not feel rushed, that it does not need to accelerate, and that all processes are naturally paced, unfolding in the gentle rhythm dictated by the combination of energy, matter, space, and time, a rhythm that is eternal, unbroken, and profoundly reassuring, reminding us that in the grand scheme of existence, calm is the default state, patience is inherent, and the cosmic order continues unperturbed, because nothing in space ever truly hurries. Everything proceeds with the deliberation, balance, and quiet majesty that has governed the universe since its inception. And in this realization lies a deep lesson about perspective, scale, and the natural pace of existence, encouraging reflection, patience, and an appreciation for the timeless, gentle flow that defines the cosmos at every level, from the smallest atom to the largest cluster of galaxies, all moving, evolving, and interacting in a state of calm, steady, and perfectly orchestrated motion. A universe that teaches you, through its unhurried nature, that rest is normal, time is vast, and life is a small but meaningful part of a patient, enduring and unhurried cosmic order. Within the vast quiet reaches of space, stars are born not in haste, but through processes that unfold with extraordinary patience inside nebulae, those immense clouds of gas and dust that drift silently across galaxies, often illuminated only by the faint glow of distant stars or the diffuse light of ionized gas. And it is here, in these seemingly tranquil regions, that the universe orchestrates one of its most fundamental and awe-inspiring processes, the transformation of diffuse matter into blazing stars, a process that spans millions of years, so slow that from a human perspective it is imperceptible, yet it is precise, deliberate, and governed by the immutable laws of physics. And within this quiet environment, gravity plays the lead role, slowly drawing together clumps of hydrogen and helium, compacting them into denser regions known as protostars, while the surrounding material continues to drift, providing both the nourishment and the containment necessary for these nascent stars to gather mass, gain heat, and reach the critical pressures required for nuclear fusion to ignite. And every stage of this formation occurs within the hushed backdrop of the nebula, where silence dominates, where light barely penetrates the thick veils of dust, and where the absence of disturbance allows the process to proceed without interruption, highlighting that in the universe, creation is inherently patient, deliberate, and unhurried, for rushing would destabilize the delicate equilibrium necessary for stars to form. And even as turbulence, magnetic fields, and radiation interact within the cloud, these factors act as regulators rather than disruptors, guiding material, shaping filaments, and controlling the rate of collapse, ensuring that each star forms in a rhythm that is inherently calm, balanced, and synchronized with its surroundings. And as the protostar grows denser, the pressure and temperature rise slowly at its core, inching toward the threshold required to initiate fusion, a process that will convert hydrogen into helium, releasing energy that will eventually radiate outward and announce the birth of a new star. Yet even this ignition is gradual, a soft emergence of light and energy into the surrounding darkness, rather than an abrupt explosion, emphasizing that the universe favors continuity, patience, and gradual evolution over immediacy. And within the nebula, multiple stars may form simultaneously or sequentially, each following its own slow, deliberate path, their eventual interactions subtly influencing one another through gravitational tugs, radiation pressure, and the redistribution of gas, while the overall structure of the nebula remains largely intact, a testament to the resilience and stability of cosmic processes. And this slow gestation is mirrored in the life cycles of stars themselves. For massive stars may burn intensely but briefly, while smaller stars like our Sun burn steadily over billions of years. Each life story dictated by initial conditions, mass, and the quiet constraints of physics. And all of these processes are made possible only because the nebula provides a silent, patient stage, free from undue disruption, where matter can accumulate, energy can be released in measured quantities, and complexity can emerge naturally, demonstrating that silence in space is not emptiness, but a necessary facilitator of creation, a medium that allows the universe to operate without urgency, hurry, or interference. And it is within these clouds of gas and dust, seemingly still and unremarkable to casual observation, that the seeds of light, energy, and life are planted, nurtured, and matured in a calm, deliberate, and timeless fashion, a process so slow that our species has existed for mere moments compared to the eons required for a star to form, yet one that is continuous, reliable, and profoundly ordered, illustrating the universe's inherent patience, its preference for equilibrium, and its capacity for sustained creation without chaos. And when we observe these stellar nurseries through telescopes, capturing the faint glow of hydrogen alpha emissions, the subtle shadows of dark filaments, and the delicate curves of ionized gas, we are witnessing not an instantaneous event, but the culmination of millions of years of silent, meticulous accumulation, collapse, and ignition, a process that embodies the essence of cosmic calm, showing us that in the universe, even the most brilliant objects, stars, planets, and galaxies, begin in quiet, almost imperceptible gestation, their emergence a product of patience, balance, and the careful interplay between energy and emptiness. And this realization invites reflection on the nature of time, creation, and observation itself, reminding us that profound transformations do not require rush, that the grandeur of the cosmos is rooted in processes that proceed at their own measured pace, and that the universe's creativity is both disciplined and serene, unfolding within the silent, accommodating womb of the nebula, where space itself seems to pause, to watch, and to nurture, allowing the slow birth of stars to continue unhurried, uninterrupted, and perfectly orchestrated. And in contemplating this, we gain insight not only into the physical processes that govern stellar formation, but also into the broader principle that rest, stillness, and patience are fundamental to the universe, that nothing is forced, that energy flows where it is needed, that matter accumulates according to natural law, and that creation, in its deepest sense, is always gentle, deliberate, and harmoniously integrated with the silent backdrop of space, allowing new light, new heat, and new life to emerge gradually, beautifully, and inevitably from the quietude that surrounds it, a testament to the universe's inherent serenity, wisdom, and capacity for measured, enduring, and breathtaking creation. Space, in its immense and boundless vastness, is a realm where rest is not just occasional or exceptional, but intrinsic to the nature of existence itself, a state woven into the very fabric of the cosmos, where matter, energy, and even light move according to rhythms that are patient, unhurried, and perfectly aligned with the equilibrium of the universe. And it is in this context that we begin to understand how rest functions not merely as inactivity, but as an essential deliberate component of cosmic order, allowing processes to unfold steadily, safely, and predictably over vast spans of time, where stars, planets, and galaxies drift, rotate, and interact without urgency, each following paths determined by gravitational fields, initial conditions, and the subtle pressures exerted by surrounding matter and radiation. And even the most violent phenomena, supernovae, black hole accretion, or galactic collisions, occur within a framework that ensures continuity and coherence, a framework in which rest, balance, and pause are necessary to maintain the stability that makes these events possible, without undermining the larger structure of space. And this natural state of calm is evident in the seemingly empty stretches of interstellar and intergalactic space, regions where matter is sparse, energy moves slowly and predictably, and forces operate according to laws that require no oversight, intervention, or acceleration, creating a cosmic environment where rest is not merely a byproduct, but a default condition, a quiet backdrop against which creation, motion, and transformation can occur in harmony. And in considering this, one realizes that the universe itself is fundamentally patient, a place where movement is deliberate, change is gradual, and the pauses, silences, and rests between events are as crucial as the events themselves. For without these pauses, stability, order, and the capacity for complexity could not arise. And it is precisely in this interplay between action and rest that cosmic evolution proceeds, whether in the slow coalescence of matter into stars, the measured rotation of galaxies, or the gradual drift of galactic clusters across the universe, each process allowed to unfold with precision, because the rest that surrounds it provides the context, the space, and the time necessary for motion to be meaningful and sustainable. And even photons traveling across billions of light years experience this rest, gliding through the vacuum with constant speed yet uninterrupted by friction, collision, or resistance, moving effortlessly through space that itself offers no hurry, no turbulence, and no urgency, a place where motion and stillness coexist in perfect balance, illustrating that rest is not a lack of existence but a fundamental condition for it, allowing energy to flow, matter to accumulate, and the universe to evolve with elegance, patience, and resilience. And when we consider the scale of cosmic rest, it dwarfs human notions of sleep, pause, or inactivity, as processes that might take seconds, minutes, or hours for us to notice occur over millions, billions, or even trillions of years, emphasizing that rest on a cosmic level is both active and passive, simultaneously a medium and a stabilizer, a state that ensures that the universe does not collapse under its own forces, that energy is distributed evenly, and that complexity can emerge naturally without disruption. And this perspective transforms our understanding of rest from a mere human need into a universal principle, embedded in the motion of planets, the formation of stars, the rotation of galaxies, and the drift of cosmic structures across the void. And it is here, in the quiet vastness of space, that the most profound lessons of rest can be observed, that inactivity is productive, that stillness is creative, that patience is fundamental, and that existence itself thrives within a calm, unhurried environment, where every force, particle, and photon operates within the natural cadence dictated by cosmic law. And this principle extends even to dark matter and dark energy, invisible yet essential components of the universe, which influence motion, expansion, and structure without the need for conflict, turbulence, or rush, acting quietly, consistently, and unobserved, maintaining balance and order while allowing visible matter to move, accumulate, and transform at its own pace. And even the expansion of the universe itself, the stretching of space across billions of light years, is a form of cosmic rest, a gentle, continuous unfolding that does not hurry, strain, or impose upon the natural balance of existence, highlighting that rest on a cosmic scale is embedded not only in stasis but in motion, where the very progression of time, the slow drift of galaxies, and the gradual cooling of cosmic radiation are all expressions of a universe at ease. A universe that thrives because it moves steadily, predictably and patiently within its own framework. And from this perspective, humans can learn that rest is not weakness, delay, or absence of value, but a necessary condition for sustainability, creativity, and longevity. That the cosmos itself functions optimally when processes are measured, deliberate, and harmonized with the rhythms of existence, and that the natural state of things is calm, steady, and enduring, a reality in which the pressures of haste, urgency, and impatience have no meaning. And in contemplating space as a place where rest is normal, one gains not only an understanding of the mechanics of the universe, but also an appreciation for its philosophy, for its patience, and for the quiet yet profound balance that allows light, energy, and matter to flourish without stress or disorder, revealing that the universe, in all its immensity, is a masterclass in the art of calm, a testament to the value of stillness, a reminder that rest is the default, and that in the grand cosmic scheme, the natural pace, the measured rhythm, and the unhurried unfolding of events are the conditions that sustain existence, create harmony, and allow the breathtaking complexity of the universe to emerge, persist, and endure across billions of years. A continuous lesson in the normalcy, necessity, and profound importance of rest as an essential property of the cosmos. The expansion of the universe is one of the most profound and serene phenomena in existence, a process that has been unfolding since the Big Bang nearly 14 billion years ago. Yet unlike the chaos one might imagine from such a dramatic beginning, this expansion occurs without disturbance, flowing gently across the fabric of space-time in a way that is both predictable and fundamentally peaceful, revealing a cosmos in which growth, movement, and change are harmonious and measured rather than frantic or turbulent. And it is through this gradual stretching of space that galaxies drift apart, clusters slowly separate, and cosmic structures evolve, all without collision, hurry, or external interference, illustrating that the universe operates according to a set of principles that are inherently calm and stable, governed by the laws of physics in a manner that requires no oversight, no urgency, and no imposition. And as dark energy drives the expansion stretching space itself at an accelerating rate, the process remains smooth, continuous, and uninterrupted, demonstrating that even at the largest scales the universe moves with an innate tranquility, a pace so slow and deliberate that human observation can only register it through careful measurement, through the redshift of light from distant galaxies, or through the slow drift of clusters measured over decades. And yet, despite the invisibility of this motion to immediate perception, the consequences are immense, shaping the ultimate structure of the cosmos, while maintaining an unbroken equilibrium, allowing matter to clump into galaxies, stars to form and die, and planetary systems to evolve without the disruptions that might occur if the expansion were chaotic or uneven. And this undisturbed growth underscores a fundamental principle of cosmic order, that the universe does not require supervision, force, or intervention to operate coherently, that the stretching of space-time itself is a natural, self-regulating process, and that the apparent emptiness between galaxies is a medium through which this expansion proceeds smoothly, facilitating motion without turbulence, separation without conflict, and growth without disruption, a stark contrast to the hurried, crowded, and noisy environments humans often experience on Earth. And this absence of disturbance extends even to the microscopic scale, for the interactions of particles, the propagation of light, and the distribution of matter all proceed within a vast framework that is calm,
resilient, and extraordinarily patient, allowing complexity to emerge naturally, without rush,
and ensuring that the cosmos can evolve in ways that are stable, sustainable, and coherent. And in observing the universe's expansion, astronomers and cosmologists note that galaxies themselves are not rushing through space, but are rather carried along by the steady stretching of the cosmic fabric, a gentle, omnipresent movement that is consistent, unbroken, and remarkably uniform, providing both the context and the mechanism for the emergence of large-scale structure while preserving the quietude of the void. And this reveals that expansion is not synonymous with chaos, instability, or violence, but rather embodies a subtle, almost meditative form of motion, one in which growth is slow, deliberate, and elegantly integrated with the existing cosmic environment, a principle that resonates through every scale, from the vast separations of superclusters to the intricate motions within galactic halos, where dark matter, gas, stars, and radiation all coexist in harmony, guided by gravity and fundamental forces without the need for interference or haste. And it is within this undisturbed expansion that the universe demonstrates its remarkable capacity for order, resilience, and longevity. For the steady stretching of space does not destroy galaxies, disrupt star systems, or prevent planetary formation, but instead provides the temporal and spatial room necessary for processes to unfold naturally, allowing stars to form, planets to evolve, and life, potentially, to emerge in environments where motion is measured and predictable. And the calmness of this process has profound philosophical implications, as it shows that the universe can evolve, grow, and change without stress, hurry, or artificial acceleration, reminding us that motion and growth do not require disturbance, noise, or haste to be meaningful or effective, and that stability, patience, and continuity are as fundamental to the cosmos as energy, matter, or time. And as light traverses these expanding distances, carrying the history of galaxies and clusters from the past, it moves through an environment that is remarkably uniform and undisturbed, reinforcing the sense of calm, continuity, and predictability that defines the cosmic expansion. And even as structures form, merge, and evolve within this framework, the expansion itself remains a constant, quiet force, providing context, stability, and scale to the universe without generating conflict, turbulence, or chaos. And this invites reflection on the nature of growth, change, and motion, showing that the most profound evolution does not require rush, disturbance, or pressure, and that the universe's own expansion is a model of deliberate, measured, and patient progress, unfolding in a manner that ensures coherence, harmony, and long-term stability. And it is within this serene process that galaxies, stars, and planetary systems find the conditions necessary to exist, evolve, and persist, highlighting that the natural state of the universe is not agitation, hurry, or disorder, but calm, balance, and continuous patient growth. And from this perspective, humans can learn that progress does not require violence or haste, that movement can be quiet, measured, and deliberate, and that existence itself thrives when processes are allowed to unfold in harmony with the laws that govern them, demonstrating that the universe, in expanding without disturbance, provides a profound example of cosmic patience, serenity, and the enduring unhurried rhythm that defines the natural order, where rest, stillness, and calm are not anomalies but essential conditions for the persistence, complexity, and beauty of all things. And in contemplating this grand expansion, one perceives a universe that moves forward gently, continuously, and without stress, a universe whose growth is not rushed but inevitable, unfolding at its own pace, in its own time, and within its own elegant and undisturbed balance, offering both a model and a meditation on the power, necessity, and profound serenity of movement without disruption, a process that sustains galaxies, structures, and cosmic history, while affirming that calm is inherent, rest is normal, and disturbance is unnecessary in the majestic unfolding of existence across the ever-expanding void. Light, one of the most fundamental expressions of energy in the universe, moves through space in a manner that is at once astonishingly fast and profoundly calm, a paradox that underscores the serene rhythm of the cosmos. For although photons travel at the ultimate speed limit of the universe, they do so without haste, without disruption, and without the kind of turbulence or friction familiar in our terrestrial environment, gliding across the void of space with an elegance and continuity that exemplify the quiet order underlying the cosmos. And in this calm journey, light connects events separated by vast distances and unimaginable spans of time, carrying with it information from stars, galaxies, and other celestial phenomena, often from billions of years in the past. And yet, despite traversing these incredible distances, light's propagation is smooth, unhurried in the sense that it experiences no obstacles in the vacuum, no noise in the medium through which it travels, and no external pressure dictating its motion, illustrating that even energy in motion can exist in a state of inherent restfulness, a state where speed does not imply chaos, urgency, or disorder. And it is through this journey that the universe maintains a form of cosmic continuity, linking the past to the present, transmitting the outcomes of processes that unfolded long ago, and preserving a record of existence that unfolds gently across space-time, where the calm transit of light allows for observation, understanding, and reflection without altering the intrinsic pace of cosmic events. And even as light passes near massive objects, bending due to gravity or stretching due to the expansion of the universe, these distortions do not disrupt its serene progress, but rather occur as part of a vast predictable framework where the laws of physics ensure that motion remains coherent, stable, and orderly, demonstrating that even in the presence of massive gravitational forces, the journey of photons is fundamentally calm, continuous, and governed by an unbroken rhythm, a rhythm that has persisted for billions of years and will continue long after individual stars, galaxies, and civilizations have come and gone. And this constancy exemplifies the larger truth that the cosmos itself operates without hurry, stress, or disruption, where energy, matter, and light all move according to principles that ensure balance, harmony, and persistence, allowing structures to evolve, systems to stabilize, and the universe as a whole to maintain coherence over unimaginable scales. And the calm passage of light also emphasizes the patient scale of cosmic time. For while humans perceive seconds, minutes, and hours as immediate, photons measure their journey in millions and billions of years, traversing distances so vast that light years themselves are a testament to the universe's deliberate and unhurried pacing, a constant reminder that the cosmos moves according to a tempo far beyond our instinctive comprehension, and this patience enables the emergence of complex phenomena, from the formation of planetary atmospheres to the chemical evolution within nebulae, all illuminated by photons that travel steadily, predictably, and undisturbed across the void, nurturing life, guiding discovery, and revealing the structure of the universe in a manner that is both gentle and continuous, and even when light interacts with matter, being absorbed, scattered, or re-emitted within interstellar dust clouds or stellar atmospheres. These interactions are governed by laws that preserve equilibrium, ensuring that the overall journey of photons remains coherent, cumulative, and harmonious, rather than chaotic, random, or rushed. And in considering the calm transit of light, one can perceive the universe as a place where energy moves purposefully yet patiently, where events are connected across space and time, without hurry or conflict, and where observation is facilitated by the serenity of these processes, allowing information to be transmitted without distortion, enabling understanding of the cosmos in its natural, unhurried state. And this reflection on light's journey also provides insight into the nature of existence itself. illustrating that speed does not necessitate disturbance, that motion can coexist with restfulness, and that continuity, calm, and balance are fundamental to the operation of the universe, allowing light to perform its role as messenger, illuminator, and witness to the vast history of cosmic events. And even in the face of extremes, such as near black holes, neutron stars, or the event horizons of massive bodies, light's behavior, though affected by gravity, still obeys predictable, calm, and orderly rules, bending, stretching, and redshifting without disrupting the larger balance of the cosmos, demonstrating that the principles governing energy and motion are inherently stabilizing, patient, and elegant. And it is through the calm travel of light that humans can glimpse the intricate structure of the universe, from the spiral arms of galaxies to the formation of stars, from distant quasars to the cosmic microwave background, each observation a direct consequence of photons moving steadily, unhurried, and uninterrupted across vast voids, carrying with them the history, structure, and beauty of the cosmos. And this realization provides not only scientific insight, but also a philosophical meditation on the nature of time, motion, and existence, showing that the universe allows its components to interact, evolve, and express themselves within a framework of calm, deliberate, and unbroken order, a framework in which rest and motion coexist, where speed is precise but serene, and where the passage of energy, like the drift of galaxies or the rotation of stars, embodies patience, continuity, and balance. And thus the calm movement of light through endless space serves as both a physical phenomenon and a profound metaphor for the unhurried, enduring, and harmonious nature of the universe, a reminder that existence thrives not through rush or disturbance, but through measured progression, stability, and the patient unfolding of events over eons, ensuring that the cosmos remains coherent, intelligible, and beautiful, a domain in which energy flows effortlessly, information is transmitted faithfully, and the profound calm of space permeates every process, allowing light, matter, and time to coexist in a symphony of serene motion, where the quiet rhythm of the universe assures that nothing is hurried, nothing is forced, and everything moves with the gentle inevitability that has characterized the cosmos since its inception. And this reflection inspires both awe and contemplation, revealing that the calm journey of light is a testament to the universe's inherent tranquility, its patient orchestration of forces, and its enduring commitment to harmony, demonstrating that rest, balance, and slow, deliberate motion are not exceptions but foundational principles of existence itself. Cosmic order is one of the most striking features of the universe, a structure and harmony that arise naturally, effortlessly, and without any guiding hand, a testament to the self-organizing principles that govern matter, RGI, and the fundamental forces of physics, revealing a universe in which complexity, pattern, and coherence emerge spontaneously from simplicity, where galaxies spin gracefully, stars ignite and fade predictably, planetary systems orbit in elegant balance, and even the large-scale architecture of clusters and superclusters unfolds without intervention, as if the universe itself possesses an intrinsic sense of equilibrium. Yet this order is not imposed but arises from the inherent properties of the constituents of reality, from gravity, electromagnetism, and nuclear interactions to the dynamics of dark matter and dark energy, all working together according to consistent laws that require no supervision, no intention, and no effort beyond the persistent execution of natural principles. And it is in this effortless orchestration that the beauty and predictability of cosmic structures manifest, where the spiral arms of galaxies, the alignment of planetary orbits, and the distribution of matter in clusters appear ordered not because of external planning, but because of the inherent tendencies of matter and energy to organize under fundamental forces, demonstrating that complexity can be an emergent property, a natural consequence of simple rules operating over immense scales of space and time. And this principle is visible at every level of the cosmos, from the microscopic interactions of atoms and molecules forming stars and planets, to the macroscopic arrangement of galaxies along filaments and voids, where patterns, symmetries, and rhythms emerge spontaneously, without strain or intention, revealing a universe that is both dynamic and harmoniously balanced, where order does not require effort but is a natural outcome of the interactions between forces, energy, and matter, and even the apparent randomness or chaos, such as in turbulent gas clouds or colliding galaxies, is moderated by statistical regularities and constraints, ensuring that the overall system remains coherent, stable, and capable of sustaining further structure and complexity. And it is within this framework that stars form, planetary systems develop, and life becomes possible, all arising from processes that do not require interference or conscious effort, but simply the faithful execution of the rules inherent in the cosmos, illustrating that order and structure are not anomalies or miracles, but predictable, natural consequences of the universe's underlying physics. And this effortless emergence extends to cosmic phenomena at the grandest scale, where galaxies cluster along vast filaments and voids, superclusters form, and cosmic microwave background radiation exhibits subtle, orderly fluctuations, all of which reflect the intrinsic tendency of the universe to generate patterns, distributions, and coherence without directed guidance. And this observation is both humbling and inspiring, revealing that the universe is capable of producing intricate complexity and harmonious structure purely through self-regulation and the interplay of natural laws, without requiring purpose, intention, or external intervention. And it underscores a profound lesson. That rest, calm, and patience are embedded in the cosmos not only in terms of motion and energy, but also in the very emergence of order. For the universe does not hurry, does not force, and does not struggle to achieve coherence, and yet coherence arises inevitably, reliably, and beautifully across space, time, and scale, demonstrating that complexity and harmony are the natural state of existence when systems operate under consistent principles, and that the cosmos itself is a model of effortless organization, where simplicity gives rise to pattern, chaos resolves into structure, and the unobserved interactions of countless components produce phenomena of extraordinary elegance and stability, all without intervention, hurry, or strain. And it is this natural emergence of order that allows stars to shine, planets to orbit, galaxies to rotate, and life, however rare or fleeting, to arise in pockets of the universe, sustained by the reliable, patient execution of fundamental rules that do not require oversight but function ceaselessly, gracefully, and predictably. And even when disturbances occur, supernovae, black hole mergers, or galactic collisions, the overall order persists, demonstrating the resilience and self-regulating capacity of the cosmos. For local turbulence does not undermine the universal equilibrium, but rather becomes part of the broader harmonious dance, reinforcing that cosmic order is emergent, natural, and effortless, a consequence of the persistent interaction of matter and energy under the guidance of immutable physical laws. And by reflecting on this, humans can perceive not only the mechanics of the universe but also a philosophical truth, that structure, balance, and coherence can arise without force, effort, or intention, that complexity can emerge spontaneously from simple principles, and that calm, measured, and consistent processes are sufficient to produce beauty, stability, and harmony across unimaginable scales, from the tiniest particles to the largest galactic superclusters. And it is within this context that we can appreciate the profound elegance of the universe, a system in which order is not imposed, rushed, or coerced, but arises naturally, effortlessly, and reliably, demonstrating that the cosmos operates according to principles that favor continuity, equilibrium, and serenity, that chaos is moderated and that the inherent tendencies of matter and energy generate structure, pattern, and rhythm without need for external input, supervision, or intenti. On, offering a model of existence in which calm, patience, and the faithful execution of natural laws produce the extraordinary complexity, beauty, and coherence we observe in the universe, a demonstration that order is not an act, but a state, not a product of effort, but a natural condition, and that the cosmos, in all its grandeur, complexity, and precision, exemplifies the effortless emergence of structure, stability, and harmony from the simple, persistent, and elegant interplay of fundamental forces, energy, and matter. And in contemplating this, we see that the universe itself is a meditation on balance, calm and patient orchestration, a realm in which chaos is tempered, complexity arises naturally, and the grand order of existence flows seamlessly, gracefully, and without effort, creating a cosmos in which everything has its place, its pace, and its harmony. A universe whose beauty, coherence, and equilibrium are testament to the effortless processes that sustain it across billions of years and across incomprehensible expanses of space. The stillness that pervades the space between galaxies is one of the most profound and humbling features of the cosmos. A quiet that extends across millions of light years, an emptiness so vast and uninterrupted that it evokes both awe and reflection, a stillness that is not mere absence, but a meaningful functional aspect of the universe, allowing matter, energy, and forces to interact in a way that is coherent, balanced, and sustainable over eons. For these intergalactic spaces, though appearing empty, are threaded with subtle gravitational influences, tenuous gas, cosmic radiation, and dark matter, and yet, despite the presence of these faint components, the environment remains fundamentally calm, vast, and undisturbed, providing a context in which galaxies can drift slowly apart, rotate gracefully, and evolve without interfere. Aisi, collision, or chaos on a large scale. And it is this stillness that ensures that the structure of the universe remains stable over billions of years, giving rise to the filamentary architecture of the cosmic web, where galaxies align along threads of matter while vast voids separate them, a testament to the natural elegance and enduring calm of cosmic processes. And this intergalactic stillness also provides a unique temporal and spatial rhythm. For the forces at play, gravity, dark energy, and the expansion of space itself, operate in a manner that is continuous, measured, and patient, allowing motion to occur without hurry, allowing light to travel unbroken across unimaginable distances, and allowing the evolution of cosmic structures to proceed without disruption, revealing that the universe, at its grandest scale, is a place where stillness is not inactivity but a crucial condition for stability, coherence, and balance. And this understanding transforms our perception of emptiness, showing that silence, calm, and absence of turbulence are not signs of lifelessness or dormancy, but rather the framework within which creation, motion, and transformation can take place with grace and precision. For it is within these quiet spaces that galaxies maintain their orbits, clusters evolve, and the grand architecture of the cosmos persists, demonstrating that stillness is essential, inherent, and functional, a natural medium that allows the universe to operate without hurry, conflict, or disruption. And even in regions where galactic interactions occur, mergers, tidal disruptions, or the slow accretion of matter, the broader stillness of the surrounding intergalactic medium absorbs, mediates, and balances these motions, ensuring that the overall cosmic order remains undisturbed, highlighting that stillness is not passive, but an active stabilizer, a silent regulator that reaves harmony while enabling motion, energy flow, and structural evolution. And it is this quality of intergalactic stillness that allows the universe to achieve a balance between activity and rest, where energy moves, matter interacts, and events unfold according to predictable, enduring laws, yet the overall framework remains calm, unhurried, and resilient, offering an environment in which complexity can arise, patterns can form, and cosmic processes can progress steadily over billions of years, a scale that dwarfs human perception and renders our concept of hurry entirely irrelevant. And in contemplating this stillness, we come to recognize that the space between galaxies is not simply an empty void, but a canvas of quiet, a stage for gradual evolution, a domain where continuity, equilibrium, and cosmic patience manifest in their purest form. And this realization carries profound philosophical implications, suggesting that rest, silence, and calm are not merely passive states, but active, necessary components of existence itself, that the universe thrives not through rush, conflict, or chaos, but through the patient, measured orchestration of forces and the vast serenity of the medium in which they operate. And the stillness between galaxies is an eloquent expression of this principle, offering both literal and metaphorical insight into how stability, balance, and coherence are maintained across the cosmos, allowing energy, matter, and time to interact predictably, safely, and meaningfully, ensuring that stars form in clouds of gas, planetary systems develop in quiet orbits, galaxies rotate and cluster along cosmic filaments, and light travels uninterrupted across the vastness of space, a calm so deep and pervasive that it transcends human comprehension. And it is within this context that we understand the universe as fundamentally patient, a realm where events unfold according to natural law, where processes are steady, deliberate, and harmonious, and where stillness itself is an essential condition for life, motion, and the emergence of complexity. For without these vast spaces of calm, the interactions of matter and energy would be chaotic, collisions would be destructive, and the intricate web of cosmic order would be impossible to maintain. And yet, because the intergalactic medium provides this profound calm, galaxies can exist, clusters can evolve, and the universe can expand without compromising the overall structure or coherence of the cosmos, illustrating that silence, pause, and stillness are not voids but the foundation upon which the entire cosmic narrative rests, a reminder that even amidst immense energy, motion, and transformation, the universe maintains a patient, enduring, and unhurried rhythm, allowing processes to unfold with elegance, precision, and continuity, and that this stillness, when observed, contemplated, or imagined, offers a model for understanding the relationship between activity and rest, motion and calm, energy and emptiness, showing that the vast serenity between galaxies is not only physically necessary, but also deeply meaningful, a cosmic metaphor for the power, necessity, and beauty of pause, reflection, and the gentle persistence of order across time and space. And it is within this endless calm that we can perceive the true nature of the universe as a place where stillness is normal, where rest is foundational, and where the unhurried flow of matter, energy, and time is the natural condition that sustains all that exists, offering both comfort and insight, revealing that the majestic scale of the cosmos thrives not through haste, but through patient, deliberate, and enduring quiet, and that the meaning of this stillness lies in its ability to nurture, stabilize, and connect, to provide the conditions in which everything from stars to galaxies to light itself can move, evolve, and persist in perfect harmony, unhurried, uninterrupted, and infinitely serene. And in contemplating this profound calm, we gain not only an understanding of cosmic mechanics, but also an appreciation for the deep wisdom, patience, and balance embedded in the universe itself, a wisdom that shows us that stillness is not emptiness, that silence is not void, and that the spaces between galaxies, vast and quiet, are a fundamental testament to the universe's enduring serenity, stability, and effortless order, a reminder that the cosmos, in all its immensity and complexity, is sustained through the gentle, unhurried and profoundly meaningful stillness that exists between galaxies, a stillness that is both functional and beautiful, necessary and natural, and that ultimately allows the universe to exist, evolve, and thrive in calm, unbroken continuity. The universe is fundamentally indifferent to observation, existing independently of consciousness, perception, or attention, a reality that highlights the profound autonomy and self-sufficiency of cosmic processes. For stars, galaxies, planets, and even light continue their journeys and transformations regardless of whether any being is present to witness them. And this underscores a central truth. The universe does not require validation, recognition, or awareness to operate, to evolve, or to persist, and its motions, interactions, and structures unfold according to natural law with perfect consistency, unaffected by human perception, expectation, or interpretation, revealing a cosmos in which reality is grounded in intrinsic principles rather than in the act of observation. And this has profound implications for understanding both the physical and philosophical nature of existence. For it demonstrates that the mechanisms governing matter, energy, and space-time are complete in themselves, functioning with elegance, precision, and stability, without the need for external attention, guidance, or interference, and that the laws of physics, electromagnetism, nuclear forces, and even the mysterious influences of dark matter and dark energy operate reliably whether or not they are measured, studied, or even noticed, ensuring that processes such as the formation of stars, the rotation of galaxies, and the drift of cosmic structures proceed unimpeded, uninterrupted, and unobserved, a rhythm of existence that is both self-contained and infinitely patient. And this independence from observation also extends to the propagation of light and radiation. For photons have traveled across billions of light years, carrying information about distant galaxies, stars, and cosmic events long before any conscious observer existed to detect them, demonstrating that the universe's history and evolution are real, continuous, and meaningful in themselves, and not dependent upon interpretation or validation. And this realization offers a form of philosophical calm, for it suggests that the universe, in its immense scale and complexity, operates reliably, harmoniously, and purposefully in its own terms without stress, hurry, or anxiety over whether its processes are perceived, understood, or acknowledged. And even quantum processes, which often seem to suggest that observation affects outcome, operate within a larger framework that preserves the independence of reality at macroscopic and cosmic scales, revealing that the universe's existence is robust, self-sustaining, and profoundly serene, unaffected by the presence or absence of observers. And this self-sufficiency allows the cosmos to maintain balance, evolve, and generate complexity over billions of years, creating conditions in which stars ignite, planets form, galaxies cluster, and life potentially arises, all within a vast system that requires nothing beyond the inherent laws that govern it. A system that is complete, coherent, and unhurried in every aspect of its existence. And it is within this context that we can appreciate the significance of cosmic autonomy, recognizing that the universe is neither dependent upon human attention nor altered by our perception, but instead follows an intrinsic path, a steady, deliberate, and elegant unfolding that reflects the consistency, resilience, and self-organizing capacity of nature itself. And this understanding transforms how we consider time, motion, and existence, showing that processes are meaningful and coherent in themselves, that creation, evolution, and change do not rely on recognition, and that the cosmos thrives through its intrinsic structure and principles, providing a profound sense of calm and stability. For knowing that the universe continues perfectly regardless of awareness frees us from the human tendency to equate observatio with validation, to impose urgency where none exists, or to confuse perception with reality. And this perspective allows us to see cosmic processes as inherently serene, deliberate, and independent, whether we are present to witness them or not, emphasizing that rest, stillness, and patient motion are natural states not contingent upon attention, but fundamental to the universe itself. And in reflecting on this independence, we recognize that galaxies drift, stars burn, light travels, and space expands in a manner that is complete and sufficient in itself, and that the existence of cosmic order, structure, and harmony is not contingent upon observation, human thought, or perception, but emerges naturally from the interplay of matter, energy, and the forces that govern them, a testament to the universality and self-sufficiency of natural law. And this understanding inspires both humility and reassurance, showing that the universe is vast, resilient, and continuous, existing serenely without need for human validation, and that the underlying principles of existence are inherently reliable, allowing processes to unfold gracefully, predictably, and unhurriedly across billions of years and unimaginable distances, producing galaxies, stars, planets, and potentially life, all within a cosmos that is complete, autonomous, and self-sustaining, where observation, recognition, or awareness is optional, not required, and where the rhythms of creation, motion, and transformation continue unbroken, uninterrupted, and independent, illustrating that the universe's calm, patience, and enduring balance are not dependent on consciousness, but arise from the intrinsic properties and laws of existence itself. And in contemplating this, humans can gain both insight and comfort, understanding that the cosmos is reliable, unhurried, and profoundly self-sufficient. That reality is consistent, and enduring, and that the beauty, coherence, and structure we observe are natural consequences of laws operating independently, without effort, and without need for an observer, demonstrating that the universe, in all its immensity, moves forward serenely, steadily, and perfectly, whether noticed or not, and that its calm, ordered, and self-contained existence is a model of patience, stability, and quiet elegance, a universe that thrives, evolves, and persists without hurry, without stress, and without dependence on perception, reflecting a reality in which rest, continuity, and the natural flow of events are inherent, eternal, and sufficient for the unfolding of all that is, was, and will ever be. The silence of space carries with it a profound, almost ineffable quality that resonates deeply with the human mind, offering a sense of calm, perspective, and reassurance that is difficult to achieve in the noisy, bustling environments of daily life. And this cosmic quiet is not merely the absence of sound, but the presence of an expansive, uninterrupted calm, a vast backdrop against which motion, energy, and time unfold with precision and patience, providing the mind with a kind of natural meditation, a reflection of the universe's inherent stability and unhurried rhythm. And when we consider the silence that stretches between stars and galaxies, we recognize that it is a silence that is functional, purposeful, and meaningful, a medium that allows light to travel unimpeded, matter to drift gently, and energy to flow consistently. And this quiet is a reflection of the larger cosmic tempo, a rhythm of existence in which processes occur deliberately, without rush or urgency, demonstrating that calm and order are the default states of the universe. And it is precisely this quality that the human mind perceives as comforting, for it offers a sense of predictability, continuity, and coherence, showing that even in the vastness of space, nothing is chaotic, hurried, or unbalanced, and that processes unfold in a way that is measured, deliberate, and reassuringly stable. And this perspective can be profoundly liberating, allowing the mind to release the tension associated with human urgency, stress, and the relentless pace of modern life. And in contemplating the silent, patient nature of the cosmos, we gain access to a form of mental rest that mirrors the rest inherent in the universe itself, where time stretches, events unfold gently, and the ongoing motion of stars, galaxies, and cosmic structures provides a reassuring sense of order and continuity. And this experience of comfort is amplified by the contrast between the human perception of time and the scale of cosmic time. For in space, processes occur over millions, billions, and even trillions of years, dwarfing the fleeting minutes and hours of human life. And this vastness, when considered calmly, allows the mind to step outside the immediacy of daily concerns, to appreciate a perspective in which hurry is irrelevant, in which continuity is natural, and in which rest, patience, and balance are the default states of existence. And in doing so, silence in space becomes a metaphorical mirror for the mind, a reminder that tranquility, patience, and calm are not just luxuries but fundamental conditions for perception, understanding, and reflection. And it is in this recognition that silence feels comforting, offering both cognitive and emotional relief, and even a sense of awe, for the mind can comprehend the scale, coherence, and self-regulating elegance of the universe, knowing that order emerges effortlessly, that matter and energy flow according to immutable laws, and that existence itself is sustained in a balanced, unhurried state, a reflection of the calm that the mind craves in own experience. And the sensory and conceptual contrast between the quiet of space and the cacophony of human life emphasizes the restorative effect of stillness, allowing imagination, contemplation, and understanding to flourish in a manner that is both serene and profoundly grounding. And as we visualize the voids between galaxies, the slow drift of stellar systems, and the gentle propagation of light across cosmic distances, we sense that the universe itself is an arena of patience, continuity, and rest, where nothing is hurried, where every process operates in a balanced rhythm, and where calm, like energy, is omnipresent, pervasive, and accessible to those who observe or reflect upon it. And this cosmic quiet also fosters a sense of humility, for it demonstrates that existence is vast, independent of human activity, and sustained by principles far larger and more consistent than individual concerns, reminding the mind that perspective, patience, and acceptance are essential components of cognitive and emotional comfort, and that silence, when understood in a cosmic sense, becomes a source of reassurance, grounding, and clarity, showing that the universe operates reliably, harmoniously, and deliberately without requiring attention, intervention, or interference, and that the beauty, complexity, and coherence we observe are products of these enduring principles, further enhancing the sense of calm that accompanies awareness of cosmic silence. And this awareness encourages a mental state akin to meditation, where thoughts settle, priorities realign, and the relentless tension of immediacy is replaced by the recognition that the natural flow of time, energy, and matter is orderly, consistent, and supportive, and that our place within this larger context, though minuscule, is part of a universe that is inherently patient, balanced, and serene. And it is this combination of understanding, perspective, and recognition of order without hurry that makes the silence of space uniquely comforting, for it mirrors the mental state of calm, measured reflection, patience, and inner balance, allowing the mind to rest, rejuvenate, and align with the deeper rhythms of existence. And in imagining this vast quiet, the mental comfort is not only emotional but also cognitive, providing a framework in which patterns, relationships, and connections can be appreciated without pressure, noise, or distraction, emphasizing that rest, stillness, and deliberate observation are compatible with complexity, richness, and activity, and that the mind, like the universe itself, can operate within a framework of calm, coherence, and continuity, absorbing information, reflecting on relationships, and perceiving beauty without haste, strain, or interruption. And in this alignment, the silence of space becomes both a literal and metaphorical source of comfort, demonstrating that the unhurried, self-regulating and balanced processes of the cosmos offer insight, reassurance, and perspective for the human mind, reminding us that calm, stillness, and patience are fundamental not only to the universe, but also to thought, understanding, and mental well-being, and that by contemplating or visualizing this silence, we engage with the principles of cosmic order, continuity, and rest, reinforcing a profound sense of serenity, equilibrium, and confidence in the natural unfolding of both external and internal processes, showing that the quiet vastness of space is not empty, frightening, or indifferent, but deeply comforting, nurturing, and aligned with the mind's capacity for reflection, understanding, and peaceful observation, offering a space for both contemplation and release, where thought can flow gently, perspective can expand, and the rhythm of the universe can be read in the rhythm of human consciousness. And it is precisely this deep, pervasive calm, the patient, consistent, and unhurried tempo of cosmic events, that underlies why silence in space resonates so profoundly with the mind, providing comfort, grounding, and a sense of alignment with the natural, enduring, and harmonious order of existence. Cosmic rhythms operate on scales so vast and deliberate that they are imperceptible to human consciousness, unfolding over millions, billions, and even trillions of years, a tempo so slow that it dwarfs any measure of time we experience in daily life. And yet within these rhythms lies the fundamental order of the universe, the slow, steady heartbeat of galaxies, stars, and planetary systems, a rhythm that governs creation, evolution, and dissolution, without rush, panic, or urgency. And it is this patient cadence that allows complex structures to emerge, persist, and interact across unimaginable distances, showing that the natural tempo of existence is inherently calm, deliberate, and enduring, and that human notions of hurry, stress, or immediate cause and effect are entirely irrelevant when measured against the cosmic clock. For while humans experience thought and action in fractions of a second, the rotation of galaxies, the orbit of stars, and the drift of clusters progress at a pace that is measured in millennia, giving the impression that the universe moves with extraordinary slowness. Yet this slowness is not a weakness but a profound stabilizer, providing time for energy, matter, and processes to interact predictably, ensuring that chaos does not dominate, that systems remain coherent, and that complexity can arise naturally without intervention. And it is in these slow rhythms that the universe expresses patience, balance, and harmony, allowing even violent events, supernovae, black hole mergers, or galactic collisions, to unfold within a framework that preserves order, continuity, and eventual equilibrium, showing that cosmic processes are measured, deliberate, and resilient, operating without the urgency that dominates human perception, and these rhythms are encoded in every aspect of existence, from the slow fusion reactions within stars that produce light and de-heat over billions of years, to the gradual accretion of planets from protoplanetary disks, to the subtle expansion of space itself, stretching the distances between galaxies at a steady, unhurried pace. And it is through these rhythms that the universe maintains coherence, stability, and the capacity for sustained evolution, demonstrating that motion, creation, and energy flow do not require haste to be effective, meaningful, or transformative. And the contrast between cosmic and human timescales emphasizes the patience inherent in the universe, revealing that processes we perceive as slow are, on a cosmic scale, perfectly balanced, deliberate, and essential, allowing stars to burn steadily, galaxies to rotate gracefully, and planetary systems to stabilize, a tempo that is both protective and generative. And it is within these rhythms that the universe reveals its true elegance. For despite the apparent stillness or slowness, energy is moving, matter is interacting, and forces are at work in a silent, harmonious cadence that produces complexity, beauty, and continuity without hurry, force, or disruption. And even light, traveling billions of light years, participates in these rhythms, tracing the histories of stars, galaxies, and clusters, and carrying information that aligns with the steady, predictable unfolding of cosmic events, revealing that the universe itself is a symphony of deliberate processes, each operating on its own timescale yet perfectly integrated into the larger framework of cosmic order. And this understanding provides a profound perspective for the human mind, showing that patience, calm, and measured progress are not merely virtues but intrinsic aspects of existence, mirrored by the universe on a scale that surpasses comprehension. And in contemplating these rhythms, one appreciates the enormity of time and the meticulous consistency of nature, law, recognizing that stars do not ignite suddenly, galaxies do not collapse instantaneously, and even the evolution of life on planets requires vast periods of measured, unhurried change. And this slow cadence ensures that processes unfold safely, predictably, and sustainably, allowing energy and matter to interact in ways that produce balance, coherence, and enduring complexity. And it is this deliberate tempo that allows the universe to be resilient. For the measured pace of cosmic events prevents instability, mitigates chaos, and provides room for correction, adaptation, and growth across scales that human thought can barely imagine. And by reflecting on these rhythms, humans gain insight into the deeper meaning of rest, patience, and unhurried action, seeing that even the most powerful forces, the most energetic events, and the most complex structures in the universe follow a tempo that is deliberate, slow, and inherently sustainable, revealing that the grandeur of the cosmos is inseparable from its calm, deliberate cadence, and that the apparent stillness between stars, the measured orbits of planets, and the slow drift of galactic clusters are all manifestations of rhythms that are slower than any human thought, but nonetheless essential for order, stability, and the emergence of complexity. And it is this slowness that permits patterns to form, structures to persist, and energy to flow in a coherent, predictable, and harmonious manner, illustrating that the universe in its deliberate pacing is both patient and wise, operating without haste, stress, or disruption, and that the tempo of cosmic events serves as a model for understanding the importance of calm, measured progress in all systems, large or small. And in internalizing these rhythms, the mind can align with the natural pace of existence, appreciating that not everything must occur rapidly, that patience is an inherent aspect of sustainability, and that profound beauty, order, and functionality can emerge over timescales far beyond immediate perception. And this realization brings both cognitive and emotional comfort, showing that slowness is not deficiency, delay, or inactivity, but a fundamental condition for the stability, resilience, and elegance of the universe, a reminder that the rhythms slower than human thought are the very heartbeat of creation, the pulse of energy, matter, and structure that ensures continuity, coherence, and the graceful unfolding of the cosmos over unimaginable spans of time. And that by contemplating these rhythms, humans can gain insight, perspective, and serenity, understanding that the universe operates at its own deliberate pace, that complexity arises naturally within patient frameworks, and that rest, calm, and unhurried motion are not only compatible with progress and creativity but are essential for their existence, offering a model of stability, coherence, and beauty that transcends human temporality and resonates with the deepest sense of cosmic order. Rest, when considered beyond the narrow confines of human sleep, emerges as a fundamental principle woven into the very fabric of the universe, a state not limited to biological cycles but extending to matter, energy, and even the vast structures of space itself. And in this broader context, rest is not inactivity but a balanced, patient, and deliberate condition that allows systems to maintain coherence, stability and continuity over immense scales of space and time. For stars rest in equilibrium while nuclear reactions proceed at steady rates. Planets rest in the gravitational embrace of their parent stars while slowly orbiting, and galaxies rest within the cosmic web while rotating and interacting over billions of years, all demonstrating that rest is a pervasive conditio and that underpins stability, function, and evolution. And unlike human sleep, which is periodic, brief, and necessary for the repair and rejuvenation of organic systems, cosmic rest is continuous, structural, and intrinsic, a form of equilibrium that ensures the coherence of motion, the persistence of matter, and the predictability of energy flow. And it is within this universal rest that processes as vast as stellar life cycles and galactic rotations unfold seamlessly, without hurry, stress, or the need for external intervention, showing that the universe itself embodies a state of rest that transcends conscious observation or immediate activity. And this perspective illuminates the profound ways in which rest functions as a stabilizer, a medium, and a facilitator of complexity, for the pause between events, the calm of interstellar space, and the measured drift of galaxies all provide the temporal and spatial framework necessary for interactions, evolution, and energy transfer to occur in a manner that is coherent, balanced, and enduring. And it is this concept of rest beyond human sleep that allows us to understand cosmic processes as inherently patient, resilient, and self-sustaining, operating under principles that do not require rush, hurry, or immediate reaction, but instead thrive within a gentle, unhurried cadence, a rhythm that ensures stars shine steadily, planets orbit predictably, and the architecture of the cosmos maintains stability over billions of years, and even seemingly active phenomena. Supernovae, accretion disks, or stellar collisions occur within this overarching context of rest, the calm background against which extraordinary energy release and transformation take place without compromising the broader equilibrium, illustrating that rest is not the absence of activity, but the foundation upon which activity can occur safely, meaningfully, and sustainably. And in reflecting on this, humans can extend their understanding of rest to a cosmic scale, recognizing that patience, stillness, and deliberate pacing are universal principles, not simply human necessities, and that the natural state of existence, when measured across time and space, is one of calm, balance, and enduring stability, with rest as its essential underpinning. And this universal concept of rest also has philosophical implications, suggesting that the need for constant activity, distraction, or intervention is a human projection onto processes that, in their natural state, unfold with perfect patience and coherence, and that the universe in its self-sustaining operations demonstrates a model of rest that is continuous, integrated, and deeply supportive of complexity, evolution, and resilience, providing the framework within which stars, planets, galaxies, and even potential life forms can emerge, persist, and interact. And it is within this lens that we can perceive cosmic rest as both dynamic and stabilizing, a medium that allows motion and energy to exist in harmony, where pauses, quiet intervals, and slow processes are as meaningful and necessary as active interactions, emphasizing that rest is not absence, but a state of readiness, balance, and capacity, ensuring that events can unfold without rush, that forces can operate predictably, and that the structures of the universe are resilient over incomprehensible scales. And by contemplating this broader idea of rest, humans are invited to reconsider their own relationship to stillness, patience, and unhurried progress, understanding that rest, in its truest and most fundamental sense, is not simply cessation of activity, but an essential condition for stability, order, and evolution, and that the universe itself models this principle with breathtaking consistency. as stars maintain equilibrium. For billions of years, galaxies rotate and cluster in patterns of elegant coherence, and energy flows across space in gentle, predictable rhythms, all without hurry, oversight, or interruption, illustrating that rest beyond human sleep is a principle of existence itself, fundamental to the persistence, functionality, and beauty of the cosmos. And this perspective transforms our understanding of activity, showing that motion, energy transfer, and change can coexist with rest, that creation, evolution, and interaction do not require haste or agitation, and that the patient, calm framework provided by universal rest is what allows complexity, coherence, and stability to flourish. And it is precisely this broader, cosmic notion of rest that offers insight into the relationship between calm, stability, and ongoing activity, teaching that periods of quiet, measured pacing, and unhurried presence are not contrary to progress but essential to it, and that the universe itself thrives by integrating rest into its very operations, embedding calm, patience, and equilibrium into the rotation of galaxies, the formation of stars, and the drift of clusters, a condition that ensures the persistence, resilience, and elegance of all that exists. And by aligning human understanding with this principle, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the role of rest, not as absence, but as the sustaining medium that makes motion, energy, structure, and life possible, revealing that the universe in all its immensity and complexity models a concept of rest beyond human sleep, a continuous, deliberate, and patient condition that sustains existence, nurtures complexity, and allows creation to unfold gracefully, predictably, and resiliently across the vast scales of space and time. And it is this profound integration of rest into the operations of the cosmos that allows us to perceive calm, balance, and patience as not merely human needs, but fundamental principles embedded in the very nature of existence, offering both a functional and philosophical framework for understanding how the universe thrives in harmony, demonstrating that rest, patience, and unhurried progression are essential to the enduring coherence, stability, and beauty of all things. Physics, at its core, can be understood as the quiet framework underpinning all existence, a set of consistent universal rules that govern the behavior of matter, energy, space, and time without fanfare, urgency, or disruption, operating in a manner that is both precise and serene. And it is through these laws that the cosmos achieves order, coherence, and continuity across vast scales of distance and time, from subatomic particles to galactic superclusters, demonstrating that the universe functions not through randomness or haste, but through the patient, elegant application of predictable principles. And unlike human systems, which often require oversight, correction, and intervention, the laws of physics operate independently, self-consistently, and without external input, ensuring that stars ignite, planets orbit, light propagates, and galaxies rotate according to rules that are inherent, stable, and unhurried. And this quiet governance is evident in the balance of forces within atoms, where protons and electrons interact through electromagnetic attraction with delicate stability, in the motion of planets around stars, where gravity orchestrates paths with gentle inevitability, and in the fusion of elements within stellar cores, where nuclear forces execute reactions with incredible consistency over billions of years, revealing that the universe relies on these subtle, persistent rules rather than on observation, interference, or urgency. And this perspective shows that physics is not loud, chaotic, or attention-seeking, but a steady, silent scaffold upon which the complexity and beauty of the cosmos can emerge. And even phenomena that appear dramatic or violent, supernovae, gamma-ray bursts, or black hole mergers, are governed by these same quiet principles, unfolding predictably according to well-defined rules. And it is this underlying stability that allows the universe to support intricate structures, interactions, and processes without collapsing into disorder, showing that quietness, consistency, and predictability are as fundamental as energy, matter, or time. And by understanding physics as a quiet set of rules, we gain insight into how motion, energy, and matter can coexist in balance, how order arises naturally, and how the universe can evolve for billions of years without supervision, correction, or disruption. And this quietness also provides a sense of reassurance, demonstrating that the forces shaping stars, galaxies, and planets are reliable, patient, and self-regulating, operating in a calm, deliberate manner that contrasts with the hurried, chaotic pace often perceived in human experience. And it is precisely this silent, persistent consistency that allows for the emergence of complexity. For without such foundational rules, energy could not flow coherently, matter could not form stable structures, and light could not traverse the vast distances of space without distortion. And the elegance of these quiet rules is reflected in the symmetry, order, and coherence observable throughout the universe, from the orbits of electrons around nuclei to the rotation of spiral galaxies along cosmic filaments, from the alignment of planetary systems to the expansion of space itself, revealing that the underlying framework is as steady, patient, and self-sustaining as the universe it governs. And it is this perspective that allows humans to perceive the cosmos as harmonious, ordered, and comprehensible, despite the immensity, complexity, and span of space-time. For the quiet rules of physics provide a foundation upon which prediction, understanding, and stability rest, ensuring that interactions, evolution, and motion occur reliably, deliberately, and without haste. And even the seemingly chaotic realms of quantum uncertainty, or turbulent astrophysical phenomena, are constrained and structured by these governing principles, demonstrating that quietness does not imply passivity or inactivity, but rather a measured, deliberate form of control, a medium through which complexity, coherence, and sustainability emerge. And in considering physics in this way, we understand that the universe itself models patience, balance, and elegance, operating without hurry, force, or disruption, and that the very laws that guide light, energy, and matter are imbued with a calm precision that allows the cosmos to evolve, interact, and persist over billions of years, offering a framework in which rest, stability, and growth are not contradictory but complementary, integrated seamlessly through the quiet, unhurried operation of fundamental principles. And this understanding provides profound insight into both natural and philosophical questions, showing that structure, motion, and transformation need not be noisy, hurried, or chaotic to be effective or meaningful, but that order, stability, and complexity can emerge effortlessly when consistent, quiet principles govern interactions. And by reflecting on the universe in this way, we see that the vast calm of space, the deliberate pace of cosmic events, and the predictable unfolding of energy and matter are all manifestations of these quiet rules, a reminder that the underlying framework of existence operates with patient precision, continuous stability, and enduring coherence, and that the elegance, resilience, and beauty of the cosmos are products of laws that do not rush, force, or disrupt, but instead create a universe capable of sustaining life, motion, light, and structure over unimaginable scales of space and time. And it is within this quiet orchestration that we perceive a universe that is self-sustaining, resilient, and harmonious, where rest and motion coexist, where complexity emerges without effort, and where the consistent, silent operation of natural law ensures that everything from the smallest particles to the largest cosmic structures behaves predictably, steadily, and gracefully, providing a model of calm, order, and continuity that is embedded in the very fabric of reality. And by contemplating physics as a quiet set of rules, we are reminded that stability, coherence, and harmony are not products of intervention or rush, but of the patient, persistent, and elegant operation of foundational principles. a universal calm that allows the cosmos to exist, evolve, and flourish without disturbance, a testament to the enduring, self-sufficient, and tranquil nature of existence itself, where everything from energy flow to galactic rotation is governed by principles that are silent, consistent, and deeply reliable, demonstrating that the universe thrives not through chaos, noise, or hurry, but through quiet, deliberate, and perfectly balanced rules that orchestrate motion, interaction, and creation with infinite patience and elegance. Emptiness, often perceived as mere void or absence, is in fact one of the most fundamental and powerful elements of the universe, serving as the medium that holds matter, energy, and cosmic structures together, a silent framework in which all processes unfold and all existence is contextualized. For without the vast spaces of interstellar and intergalactic vacuum, stars could not shine, galaxies could not rotate, and light could not travel across billions of light years with clarity and consistency. And it is within this emptiness that forces operate, interactions occur, and structures maintain stability, revealing that the vacuum is not nothingness but a dynamic functional foundation of reality, a space that allows motion, energy transfer, and gravitational influence to manifest coherently, predictably, and effectively. And it is precisely this property of emptiness that enables the universe to achieve balance, continuity, and persistence over unimaginable scales of space and time. For within the vacuum, matter can drift without resistance, light can propagate without scattering, and gravitational influences can extend over millions of light years, binding galaxies into clusters and superclusters, yet without friction, turbulence, or interference that would otherwise disrupt the natural rhythm of cosmic processes. And this understanding transforms our perception of emptiness from a passive void into an active, enabling force, one that facilitates stability, coherence, and self-organization, providing the conditions necessary for the emergence of complex structures. From planetary systems to spiral galaxies, to the vast filaments of the cosmic web. And it is through this medium that energy flows, matter interacts, and events unfold in a measured, deliberate, and harmonious fashion, showing that the seeming absence of substance is in fact a form of presence, a foundational component that integrates the cosmos, allowing it to operate without chaos, hurry, or collapse. And emptiness also plays a crucial role in the expansion of the universe. For as space stretches, the vacuum provides the framework in which galaxies drift apart, clusters evolve, and large-scale cosmic architecture emerges, illustrating that emptiness is not inert, but a dynamic, flexible, and essential canvas upon which the universe expresses motion, energy, and structure. And this cosmic emptiness also maintains equilibrium by mediating forces, distributing energy, and allowing the long-range effects of gravity and electromagnetism to operate without obstruction, ensuring that orbits remain stable, stars shine reliably, and galaxies maintain coherence in their rotation and clustering. And in doing so, emptiness demonstrates its role as a stabilizer, a silent regulator, and a facilitator of the enduring rhythms of the universe, allowing events to occur gradually, predictably, and harmoniously over billions of years. And this property of the void is mirrored in quantum fields, where the vacuum is not truly empty but seething with potentiality, fluctuations, and latent energy, providing the foundation for particle creation, forces, and interactions at the smallest scales, showing that even what appears to be nothing is in fact rich with possibility, structure, and function. And this duality, emptiness as both a void and a medium, underscores the profound elegance of the cosmos, where absence enables presence, stillness enables the orchestra of matter and energy. And by understanding this, humans can appreciate that emptiness is not a deficiency, but a necessity, a condition for coherence, stability, and the emergence of complexity. For without the void, there would be no room for stars to form, galaxies to rotate, planets to orbit, or light to travel unimpeded. And it is precisely this capacity to hold everything together while remaining unobtrusive, silent, and expansive that makes emptiness a cornerstone of cosmic order, a medium that sustains structure, allows energy to flow, and ensures that processes unfold in harmony, continuity, and balance. And the vast spaces between galaxies, within nebulae, and throughout interstellar space illustrate the indispensable role of emptiness. Providing not only room for physical phenomena but also the conditions under which gravitational, electromagnetic, and quantum forces can manifest without conflict or distortion, creating a universe that is coherent, resilient, and capable of sustaining long-term evolution. And this function of emptiness extends even to the large-scale expansion of the universe, where the stretching of space itself is facilitated by the vacuum, enabling galaxies to drift apart and cosmic structures to maintain integrity without collision or interference. And by contemplating this, we realize that emptiness is a form of cosmic infrastructure, a supporting scaffold that is silent, patient, and self-sustaining, providing a stable medium within which all matter, energy, and forces can operate predictably and harmoniously. And it is this hidden but essential property that allows the universe to achieve balance, continuity, and coherence, a calm and enduring framework that nurtures the evolution of stars, galaxies, planetary systems, and potentially life itself, while maintaining the patient, deliberate rhythms that characterize cosmic processes. And it is precisely this quiet, invisible, yet powerful nature of emptiness that holds everything together, creating a cosmos in which structure, motion, and energy are integrated seamlessly, demonstrating that the void is not absence but presence in another form, a condition without which the elegance, stability, and coherence of the universe would be impossible. And in recognizing the role of emptiness, we can perceive the universe as a system in which silence, space, and restraint are as vital as energy, matter, and motion, showing that the most profound support often comes from what is least obvious, that the calm, patient, and unobtrusive medium of the vacuum enables the dynamic, luminous, and active phenomena of the cosmos, and that the coherence, and continuity we observe arise not in spite of emptiness, but because of it, a silent, invisible force that holds galaxies in filaments, binds stars in clusters, allows light to traverse the void, and permits the universe itself to evolve gracefully, deliberately, and enduringly over billions of years, a testament to the essential, enabling, and profound role of emptiness in holding everything together. The universe progresses in a serene, unhurried manner, entirely independent of human notions of purpose, intention, or urgency, moving through time and space with a calm consistency that is both profound and humbling. For galaxies drift, stars ignite and fade, and planets orbit with perfect regularity without any underlying plan, motive, or awareness, illustrating that existence itself does not require justification to persist or coherence to maintain. And this calm continuity is embedded in the very laws of nature, from gravity to electromagnetism, from nuclear forces to the subtle effects of dark matter and dark energy, all operating with relentless reliability, orchestrating the motion and interactions of cosmic structures over billions of years without hurry, disruption, or stress. And it is this self-regulating, patient operation that ensures stability, coherence, and the emergence of complexity, allowing galaxies to form elegant spiral arms, stars to shine steadily, and planetary systems to evolve in predictable patterns, while the universe itself expands gradually, stretching space and time across unimaginable scales with perfect composure, showing that persistence, continuity, and function do not require awareness, intention, or effort beyond the inherent operation of physical laws. And this perspective transforms the concept of purpose, revealing that existence can be complete, coherent, and beautiful even in the absence of a guiding reason or conscious oversight. And in observing the calm of the cosmos, One sees that motion, energy, and transformation occur without stress, that change is inevitable, yet measured, and that the vast framework of interstellar and intergalactic space allows interactions to unfold in harmony, without disruption or haste, providing a sense of natural order that is entirely self-sustaining, unobserved, and indifferent to judgment, need, or expectation. And this absence of imposed purpose or urgency is, paradoxically, a kind of freedom, allowing systems to evolve, interact, and transform according to their intrinsic properties, producing galaxies, stars, planets, and potentially life, without interference or coercion, demonstrating that the calm, patient unfolding of events is sufficient to sustain order and complexity over billions of years, and the lack of stress or compulsion in these processes emphasizes the resilience and stability of natural systems, showing that the universe's ability to maintain structure, coherence, and energy flow does not depend on external pressure or intention, but arises naturally from the consistent, unhurried operation of fundamental laws. And even phenomena that appear violent or chaotic, such as supernovae, black hole mergers, or colliding galaxies, occur within the broader context of calm, self-regulated order, with the overall system absorbing, distributing, and integrating these events without compromising coherence, demonstrating that turbulence, energy release, and transformation are compatible with calm, enduring stability, and that the cosmos achieves balance not through stress, oversight, or effort, but by allowing processes to unfold naturally, predictably, and deliberately, a principle that is mirrored in the very expansion of the universe, the steady drift of galaxies, and the persistent evolution of stars and planetary systems. And this understanding provides a profound perspective for the human mind, suggesting that one can exist, act, and evolve effectively without urgency, compulsion, or constant oversight. That calm, measured progression is sufficient to produce complexity, resilience, and coherence, and that life itself can emerge in the context of patience and unhurried continuity, reflecting the principles embedded in the cosmos, and the universe's indifference to purpose or stress also allows it to operate with a quiet efficiency, free from contradictions, errors, or breakdowns, since the governing laws are consistent, self-contained, and unwavering, producing predictable outcomes without negotiation, expectation, or oversight. And this quiet, patient operation is evident in the stability of planetary orbits, the regularity of stellar life cycles, the rotation of galaxies, and the graceful motion of galactic clusters along cosmic filaments, all of which demonstrate that calm, deliberate operation is not only sufficient for maintaining existence, but also essential for sustaining complexity, coherence, and stability across cosmic scales. And it is within this framework of calm, purposeless progression that the universe achieves its most remarkable features. From the emergence of structure and pattern to the propagation of light across billions of light years, from the slow evolution of chemical elements within stars to the persistent alignment of galaxies in the cosmic web, illustrating that harmony, order, and continuity arise naturally when processes operate without hurry, stress, or imposed direction. And by contemplating this, humans can perceive that calmness, patience, and unhurried persistence are fundamental principles of existence, showing that beauty, complexity, and resilience do not require intervention or intent, but emerge from the natural, steady unfolding of events according to consistent rules. And the universe's calm, stress-free operation also provides a model for understanding time, motion, and energy, highlighting that processes can be meaningful, productive, and enduring even without pressure, urgency, or external validation, allowing the mind to recognize the value of patience, measured action, and self-regulation. And in reflecting on the cosmos, one sees that stars continue burning, galaxies continue rotating, and cosmic expansion continues steadily, all without awareness, motivation, or stress, demonstrating that calm, deliberate continuity is sufficient to sustain the most complex and beautiful structures, and that the universe itself exemplifies the power of persistent, unhurried, self-regulated processes, a testament to the fact that existence, energy, and structure need not be hurried, coerced, or forced to be effective, enduring, or beautiful. And it is precisely this calm, purposeless, and stress-free nature of the universe that allows it to evolve gracefully, maintain balance, and sustain complex structures across billions of years, a model of patience, stability, and continuity that shows how existence itself can thrive in serenity, proving that the cosmos, in its entirety, operates not in response to need, intention, or pressure, but through the patient, deliberate, and unhurried execution of its own internal principles, producing a universe that is coherent, resilient, and elegant, a universe in which calm, unforced progression is sufficient to hold everything together and sustain the magnificent complexity we observe, a universe continuing calmly without purpose or stress, perfectly self-sufficient, harmonious, and enduring. Nothing in the cosmos appears hurried because the universe operates on scales of time and space that far exceed human perception, creating a natural rhythm that is deliberate, patient, and profoundly steady. Where galaxies drift across millions of light years, stars form and die over billions of years, and cosmic events unfold with a cadence that is almost imperceptible to human awareness. And it is within this framework of slow, measured progression that the universe achieves stability, coherence, and the capacity for complexity, for processes that might seem chaotic or instantaneous on smaller scales, such as supernova explosions, stellar collisions, or black hole mergers, are actually embedded in a broader rhythm of gradual change that allows energy, matter, and forces to interact without compromising the structure or balance of the cosmos. And this absence of hurry is evident in the rotation of galaxies, which unfold their spiral arms over hundreds of millions of years, in the orbits of planets, which trace their elliptical paths with exquisite regularity over eons, and in the drift of galactic clusters along the cosmic web, a motion so slow and patient that human time seems instantaneous and fleeting by comparison. And this cosmic tempo is not arbitrary, but a natural outcome of the physical laws that govern matter, energy, and space-time, where gravity, electromagnetism, and nuclear forces operate consistently, predictably, and without urgency, ensuring that systems maintain equilibrium, interactions occur in balance, and complexity can emerge gradually without disruption. And it is this deliberate pacing that gives rise to the perception of calm, unhurried existence, showing that speed, urgency, and haste are not inherent to the universe, but are constructs of human perception, constrained by our temporal scale and neurological processing, while the cosmos itself is guided by a patient, measured flow in which rest, motion, and transformation coexist harmoniously. And the unhurried nature of cosmic processes also allows for resilience and stability, for gradual interactions permit feedback, adaptation, and equilibrium, preventing chaos, runaway collisions, or instability in planetary systems, galaxies, and clusters, illustrating that the universe achieves sustainability not through speed or force, but through measured, persistent, and deliberate progression. And this principle extends from the smallest scales to the largest, from the subtle vibrations of atomic nuclei to the slow propagation of gravitational waves, from the coalescence of molecular clouds to the expansion of space itself, showing that unhurried motion is a fundamental characteristic of the cosmos, intrinsic to its coherence, and essential for the emergence of complex structures, patterns, and phenomena. And this perspective transforms human understanding of activity and rest, suggesting that even in the presence of motion, energy transfer, or transformation, Processes can unfold with patience, precision, and stability, without the need for urgency, intervention, or force. And it is precisely this intrinsic slowness that allows for balance and harmony across the universe, creating conditions in which stars ignite, galaxies rotate, planetary systems stabilize, and life has the potential to emerge, evolve, and persist, all within a framework that is both calm and self-regulating. And the absence of hurry is reinforced by the scale of space itself, where distances are so immense that light requires millions or billions of years to traverse, where gravitational influence extends slowly across vast voids, and where the interactions of matter and energy operate with a timeless patience that dwarfs any human perception of immediacy, creating a cosmic environment in which events appear serene, deliberate, and inevitable, and this serenity permeates every aspect of the universe, from the gentle drift of cosmic dust and nebulae to the graceful arcs of galactic rotation, from the slow evolution of chemical elements within stars to the expansion of the universe itself, a progression so patient that human life, thought, and culture are a mere instants within it, emphasizing that hurry, urgency, or impatience are relative concepts, meaningful only within the brief human window, while on cosmic scales, all processes unfold with measured calm, allowing for the natural emergence of order, structure, and complexity without disruption. And this lack of hurry also contributes to the perception of cosmic rest, for in the absence of haste, events can progress predictably, interactions can unfold without conflict, and energy can flow smoothly, providing a backdrop of equilibrium that stabilizes both matter and forces, illustrating that the unhurried quality of the universe is not a limitation but a feature, a foundational condition that permits coherence, resilience, and sustainability across eons. And it is within this unhurried flow that the cosmos achieves its most remarkable properties, producing stars, galaxies, planetary systems, and cosmic filaments with elegance, precision, and balance, and even phenomena that seem sudden or violent are embedded in a larger temporal framework that tempers their effects, integrates their energy, and preserves overall stability, showing that patience, rather than speed, is a governing principle of existence. And this understanding offers profound philosophical insight, suggesting that calm, deliberate, and measured progression is not only sufficient for sustaining complex systems, but is in fact essential to their emergence, growth, and resilience. And in reflecting on why nothing in the cosmos feels hurried, humans gain a perspective on the value of patience, the efficacy of measured action, and the inherent sufficiency of natural processes to produce coherence, stability, and complexity, demonstrating that the apparent tranquility of the universe is not emptiness or inactivity, but a deliberate, structured cadence that supports the ongoing flow of matter, energy, and information, and that the gentle, unhurried movement of cosmic phenomena provides a model of balance, continuity, and resilience, emphasizing that even in a universe in constant motion, everything progresses according to a calm, deliberate rhythm, a rhythm in which urgency is irrelevant, rush is unnecessary, and the passage of time itself is expansive, patient, and serene. And it is this absence of hurry, deeply embedded in the fabric of existence, that allows the universe to maintain harmony, structure, and coherence over billions of years, demonstrating that the natural tempo of the cosmos is fundamentally unhurried, inherently stable, and profoundly calming, offering insight into the relationship between rest, motion, and time, and showing that the deliberate, measured unfolding of events is sufficient to sustain the intricate, complex, and beautiful structures that populate the universe, a cosmos in which nothing is hurried because the quiet, patient operation of natural law governs all things, ensuring that the flow of matter, energy, and structure continues steadily, predictably, and gracefully
across incomprehensible scales of time and space, revealing that calm, patience, and unhurried progression are not merely aesthetic qualities, but essential principles embedded in the very mechanics of existence itself. Rest is the fundamental intrinsic state of the universe, not merely an occasional pause between events, but the underlying condition that allows all processes, structures, and phenomena to exist, evolve, and persist. And this universal rest is evident in the patient motion of galaxies drifting across cosmic expanses, in the dy burn of stars over billions of years, in the deliberate orbits of planets around their suns, and in the slow, measured interactions of matter and energy at every scale, showing that the cosmos operates within a framework of equilibrium and balance that is self-sustaining, harmonious, and unhurried. And it is precisely this pervasive rest that allows complexity, coherence, and order to emerge without external oversight, urgency, or interference, creating the conditions for structures such as galactic clusters, spiral galaxies, and planetary systems to form and persist over incomprehensible spans of time, and even phenomena that appear dynamic or violent, supernovae, gamma-ray bursts, or the merging of black holes, unfold against this calm background, their energies absorbed, integrated, and balanced by the steady, patient operations of natural law, illustrating that the apparent activity of the universe is always supported by a deep, underlying rest, a persistent and invisible foundation that ensures continuity, stability, and resilience. And this natural condition of rest is embedded not only in the visible cosmos, but also in the interstellar and intergalactic voids, where emptiness provides the medium in which matter drifts, light propagates, and gravitational influence extends without obstruction, creating a silent, patient framework that allows processes to unfold with predictability, coherence, and calm. And it is within this expansive, unhurried environment that energy, motion, and transformation are able to exist without urgency, stress, or disruption, demonstrating that rest is not the absence of activity, but the enabling condition for it, the medium through which matter, energy, and forces can interact reliably, gracefully, and sustainably. And by understanding rest as the natural condition of the universe, one perceives that the cosmos is not forced, hurried, or pressured into order, but that its structure, complexity, and coherence arise organically, spontaneously, and effortlessly from the patient, self-regulating operation of fundamental laws, revealing that rest is not merely an interlude between activity, but the very foundation of activity itself. And it is this quiet, patient, and unhurried state that allows the universe to thrive, evolve, and maintain stability across billions of years, providing the temporal and spatial framework necessary for creation, interaction, and persistence. And, in reflecting on this, humans can gain profound insight into the nature of existence, recognizing that calm, stability, and balance are not exceptions but default states of reality, and that the universe, in its essence, operates in a continuous, deliberate, and patient manner that ensures the longevity and coherence of all structures and processes. And this natural rest also facilitates the emergence of complexity, allowing stars to burn steadily, planetary systems to stabilize, galaxies to rotate gracefully, and light to travel uninterrupted across vast distances, demonstrating that equilibrium and rest are inseparable from dynamic processes, and that activity and motion in the universe are always embedded within a framework of stillness, calm, and patient consistency, which preserves coherence, stability, and resilience across cosmic scales. And this principle is evident not only in physical motion but also in the propagation of energy, the distribution of matter, and the operation of forces where even the most energetic events are tempered, integrated, and balanced by the inherent stability provided by rest, showing that the cosmos thrives not in haste or chaos, but in deliberate, unhurried, and patient coordination.
And it is within this context that the natural condition of rest becomes both a medium and a principle. Allow G interactions to occur safely, predictably, and harmoniously, providing a foundation for all observable phenomena, from the microcosmic to the macrocosmic. And this pervasive calm is evident even in the propagation of light across interstellar and intergalactic space, in the diffusion of energy across cosmic distances, and in the gentle expansion of the universe itself, illustrating that rest is not stagnation but the essential substrate that permits motion, energy flow, and transformation to occur without disruption, interference, or collapse. And by recognizing rest as the universe's natural state, humans can understand that stability, coherence, and complexity are not imposed or artificial but emerge naturally from the patient, unhurried, and self-sustaining operation of existence, showing that calmness, continuity, and equilibrium are embedded at every scale, from the drift of cosmic dust in nebulae to the majestic rotation of galaxies, from the slow fusion reactions within stellar cores to the gradual coalescence of planetary systems, all demonstrating that rest underpins and enables activity, a principle that ensures the cosmos remains resilient, coherent, and enduring across billions of years. And it is this patient, self-sufficient condition that allows the universe to evolve gracefully, with structures forming, persisting, and interacting in a harmonious rhythm, illustrating that the underlying rest is not passive, but actively sustains balance, organization, and complexity, and that the very grandeur, beauty, and stability of the cosmos depend upon this calm foundation, showing that motion, transformation, and interaction are inseparable from rest, and that the patient, deliberate, and unhurried nature of cosmic processes provides both the space and the time for order, structure, and life to emerge, flourish, and persist. And it is this pervasive, inherent R.S. that offers a model for understanding existence itself, demonstrating that the universe does not require pressure, hurry, or oversight to operate effectively, but rather relies on a patient, deliberate, and consistent framework in which everything is integrated, sustained, and balanced. And by contemplating this natural condition of rest, humans can gain insight into the rhythms of time, the nature of motion, and the interplay between activity and stillness, recognizing that calm, measured, and unhurried progression is sufficient to sustain the most complex structures and interactions, from the scale of atoms to galaxies, and that the universe itself is a testament to the power, elegance, and sufficiency of patient, deliberate rest as the foundation of all that exists, moves, and transforms. A reminder that the default state of existence is inherently calm, coherent, and self-sustaining, and that it is within this quiet, unhurried condition that the cosmos thrives, evolves, and maintains balance across the vast scales of space and time, revealing that rest is not only natural but essential, an intrinsic property embedded in the very fabric of reality, the condition that allows everything to persist, interact, and flourish, and that without this pervasive, patient, and self-sustaining rest, the coherent stability and beauty of the universe could not exist, showing that the cosmos, in its entirety, is a system of calm, deliberate, and harmonious operation, where rest is not merely an occasional pause, but the fundamental, natural, and sustaining state of all things.